the deal, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday to everybody in the building. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button as y'all come through the door. I know we got some CP Negroes. I'm not even worrying about that. So we're going to get the show rolling in just a second. Obviously, as you guys saw, I did an interview about the young lady, Teaira Skinner. She will be joining us today on our first ever episode of Next to Jab. I am so excited. I just can't hide it. But I'm very happy that we were able to have our schedules aligned and have her come on the platform. But first, I do want to get through our news. Y'all know Mother love to give y'all the news before we get into whatever it is that we got going on. And there is a lot going on. So hopefully we still have some time to chit chat and kick it after our interview. If not, I am live this weekend, so we can go over it then. But y'all know the most important thing that Mother wants to know. Did you miss my Let me see who's in the building so far. What's up, brother? Look at my brother. Hey, brother. Cam J in the building. All things, of course. Hello, hello, hello. Now, let's get into the news before we bring our guest on. There is just so much happening, honey. I don't know what in the dilly dally is going on. But first, we have Daniel Dubois. He has accepted the IBF heavyweight final eliminator against Frank Sanchez. Frank Sanchez is, I believe, number 4 in the IBF. Now, Dubois obviously was elevated to interim champ when Usyk vacated the belt. The winner of Daniel Dubois and Frank Sanchez will become the mandatory challenger for the IBF title, and that, of course, is held by Mr. Footloose himself, Alexander Usyk. Okay, Manny Pacquiao has stated he will be returning to the ring in January. Oh, yeah, she's actually here already, so never mind. Oh, God. Hey, Tiara, give me 1 second, baby. I
Okay.
did not know you were coming up this quick. Hold on 1 second.
My bad. I
Let
could
me
I could
check.
jump off
No,
mic.
it's no, 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 no. I was just going through the news. That could wait. I'm trying to make sure I get myself together. Hold on 1 second. I usually don't have my what you call it on while I do the news and stuff. Can you see me?
Yeah. Hey.
Hey! You at the gym?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Woo, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I just finished the workout. How you doing?
Oh, okay. Good, good, good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So we're not gonna hold you. I'm glad you could join us. I'm glad our schedules aligned today.
Yes.
Um, just a couple things. I don't know if you got a chance to see the video that I did for you. But I did not, mention obviously your background. I wanted you to come on and tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to boxing. So,
Okay. Well, I can first off by saying that I started boxing at the age of 16, and that was a time period in my life where it was kind of making or breaking to what the rest of my life was about to look like, and the
mm,
next few years, how hard or how easy they were going to be. Um, For those that don't know, I was incarcerated. I was locked up at the age of 13, and I was on probation and in and out of juvie from the age of 13 to 18 years old. And at the point where I was released and I was out and, in and out, that part, my big sister had found a boxing gym at in Charlottesville, Virginia, because she knew I had to do something. The path that I was going down and the things that I was doing is just
mm,
it didn't align to the being a good human being, being a productive member of society. It didn't align at all. It was way
right.
more just skipping school. It was just she knew I could do way better. And it was at a point in time where I needed to prove to the judge in the Commonwealth of Virginia that I could do better, because with them, they were just ready to just throw away the key. Like, let's just say I wouldn't be talking to y'all. I would probably have 10 more years to do.
Mm,
So I found that boxing gym. I was running track at the time. I quit track. I dropped everything and just went to the gym. I've been stuck in the gym ever since.
Mm. So you would say that boxing has changed your life? Because I know a lot of people like romanticize about boxing, right? And you
Yeah.
often, I think I've heard Calvin say before, like you don't play boxing, right? So what about like getting into the amateurs? Like really, what you were like, okay, this is for me. This is what I want to do moving forward.
Um, I'm gonna introduce one more person, my coach. It's
Oh
Coach Nice.
yeah,
Hey. So, as far as the amateurs, and Coach Calvin is correct, you can't play boxing.
hi. Mm-hmm.
The sport where you cannot play, you play, you will lay. Like you play
Mm.
around, you will lay down. And a lot of times when you play around in this sport called boxing, you can lose or get beat up by a person that's not even on your level. And I
Mm.
a lot of times. So as far as my amateur career went, I had a pretty decent amateur career. I won a national championship. In my humble opinion, Team USA has their picks. So we're neither here nor there. But the multiple time national champions from 101 to 112, they know exactly who I am. I've beaten up a couple of them. Some of them are
Mhm.
signed. That's their journey. My journey is my journey. Their journey is
That's
theirs. But
right.
they know exactly who I am. But I have had to do way more work than all of them simply because I started late. I started at 16 and I kept stopping and starting. So all the things that I would learn, I would end up losing it because I'm constantly getting locked up or I'm constantly getting in trouble. So I
Mm.
had moved to Baltimore, Maryland at 19 and I haven't stopped boxing since. So compared to a lot of these women, um, I won't say anyone in my weight class, but let's say like a Clarissa Shields. She's been
Mhm.
boxing all her life. She's been fighting since the age of like 8, 10 years old. Me, I had to start at 16 and kept stopping and starting. So I had to, not saying that everyone isn't working hard, but I had to work 10 times as harder as those
Mhm.
people because they're getting the concept as a little girl and growing up in this sport. I wasn't able to grow up in this sport. I didn't grow up in the sport of boxing. So for me, I'm always going to have to work 10 times as hard as everyone else to keep up and beat them. And that's what I've been doing. That's how I've gotten this far.
Mm. Mm. Walk us through like a typical training week. Like, what was Tuesday like? You know what I mean? In preparation, like mentally, physically.
Well, every day is a mental battle. Every day, because boxing is not easy. And,
Mm.
like you said, some people romanticize about boxing. This stuff is
Mm.
easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it.
Everyone would put you up.
Everyone would jump in this like, hey, let me just go make some quick money in a boxing fight. No, this isn't easy. You have
Mm.
to. It starts with your mental first. You really have
Mm-hmm.
to get up every day and say, this is what I want to do. Even when you don't want to, you really have to just get up and say, all right, well, if I don't do this, someone else is going to beat me. Or if I don't do this, someone's going to take my spot. Something that I've worked hard for and deserve. So mentally, it is 90% mental and
Mm.
10% physical. Because you can be the top athlete, and if you have a weak mind, someone like me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see that and I'm gonna come beat you up. I'm
Mm.
going to come do it because now I see that if I bucket you or I pain at you, you're scared. Oh yeah,
Mm.
there's a lot
Mm.
of sharks in boxing, and I can't sugarcoat it.
Yeah, because that was going to be my next question. Like, when your body is just like, oh, no mas. How do you get up and keep like? How do you get up and keep like going?
That mental toughness starts
Mhm.
because I go through that. I go
Mhm.
through the times where Coach Nice here is kicking my behind, or you got Coach
Mhm.
Kenny, you got Coach Calvin, and their crazy workout routines, and your body just hurts. It just feels like pins and needles is just tearing through you.
Mm.
But I tell
Mentally.
myself that it's just one more, even if I know it's not one more. It could be 10 more.
Mhm.
I just keep telling myself you're almost there. If you quit, that's it. Because in boxing, once you're in it, if you quit, you're done. Like
Yeah.
you're really done. So you might as well just keep going. And my life has prepared me for the tough battles in boxing, the tough times in boxing, the difficulties, the struggles, the tears, the sweat, the blood. My life has not been easy. So for me, it's I either do this or go back to doing what I was doing as a teenager, and that's not an option for me.
Mm.
So for me, I don't have a choice but to get this right and to see this whole thing through. I've been doing it for so long, and this would save my life. So I need to give myself all of myself to it and see how far I could take this thing.
Give credit to
And
it too.
Oh yeah, discipline. Yeah, that
hmm
yeah, not easy.
I could imagine too, because I know you were in Virginia. I have a sister in Virginia, and I know how they can be. So I can imagine, a shout out to the judge that gave you another
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I can't remember his name, but I do remember the attorney that I had, and her name was Lacey Parker. She was a
Hmm.
public attorney, and well, she was a public defender. In my opinion, she could have made great money as going on to be a lawyer. But the type of people that was fighting for me, um, I believe she's a public attorney still to this day. I run
Mm.
into her every now and then, and I just thank her. When my first professional fight does come around, I'm going to make sure that those two get tickets. I have to find out what that.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I remember him telling me like when I came off probation and it was time for me to go ahead and make the next step. He said, "All right, young lady." He was very stern with me, but he must made sure to say, "Hey, make sure I get a ticket to your next boxing fight." And that's why I was like, "All right, cool, cool,
It's
cool."
only right. It's only that ticket is priceless.
It
You know what
really
I
is.
mean?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
definitely is priceless. But when did you know like it was time to like, all right, I'm not doing no more amateur fights. I'm gonna go pro. The reason I asked that is because I went back and I watched a fight with what was that girl named Katie something, and I can hear the commentators. The
Yeah.
commentators are like, you could tell Tiara's ready to go pro. So I'm like, I wonder if she's thinking this herself or like when did you know?
I knew when I say maybe it was a couple of years ago when I won national. So when I won
Mm-hmm.
the national championship, that's when I'm like, yeah, it's time to go pro. Because it came to the point where I had to travel, and I still have to travel to get
Mm-hmm.
quality sparring, like consistent quality sparring
Oh, okay.
with women my size. Let me say, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of in the area who are younger than me, but they're also way bigger than me. And then there's women in my
Mm-hmm.
area that are way bigger than me. And I don't mind sparring big sometimes, but a lot of times you gotta be somewhere in there that's closer to your size. So I knew
Right.
that I won nationals a couple years ago, and then it really solidified it for me when I participated in nationals this past December, and I was robbed. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna speak on it because that's really what it was. We were in Richmond, Virginia. I was
Mm-hmm.
fighting very talented, amazing, talented lady, but I beat her before already. And this time I really beat her again. You can literally hear everyone in the crowd saying, "What more did you want her to do? What more was there for you to do?" It was
Mm-hmm.
just a call for ups in USA Boxing, and it's okay. I never let that get me discouraged. I just knew it was time to go ahead and go forward with what I need to do because. And then also, the young talented lady that I was supposed to go ahead and fight in the finals, we met up in a sparring match some months ago, and
Mm-hmm.
let's just say I was the one that was still standing in the ring on my two
Mm.
feet.
Period.
Yeah, I just me constantly sparring up, sparring people who are supposed
Mm-hmm.
to because they have the experience. You get in there. That's how you test yourself. They're supposed to be the ones beating me up and showing me how to do things, showing me the ropes, and using their experience on me. And their experience fails them every time they step in front of me.
Mm. What do you think was your toughest fight? Like who? or do you think they was all like,
I never really had tough fights until I fought someone in the amateurs that was bigger than me.
okay,
So I say I've had a lot of talent, like a lot of good fights with a lot of talented young ladies, but I never
hmm,
had anything that was really like really just tough and out of control until I
okay,
went into a class that was just too big. Or we would
okay,
fight in like a show event and weigh in at like 115, and here the girl comes in weighing 125 and I'm still sitting
rehydrated. Hmm.
16 pounds, like things like that. So no, I've
It's crazy that you mentioned that because I've had that conversation several times with like weight bullying, and some people think, if you can make
yeah,
the weight and weigh and it's okay, and I'm like, no, bro, it's not okay.
not okay at all. I don't agree with it. I just don't
Yeah, I
agree with
don't. I don't agree with that either. Let's see, like, so coach, how long have you been with Teaira? Since before she started her amateur career, or in the midst of it? When did you?
I've only been with her for 7 months now.
Okay, y'all seem like y'all gel well together, though.
That's just the way God made it happen. Yeah, I guess we was meant to, to cross paths, and
Mhm.
we've just been locked in ever since.
it. Yep.
So
Mhm.
I around
Okay.
in
Oh yeah.
March. So that was like after her last, I guess, big amateur fight in December.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's when I came around.
Okay. Okay. And what do you see like her toughness, her will? How do you think she's gonna do? Because you're gonna do straw weight, right?
Uh,
106, or
is that strong weight? I don't know my
I
own weight.
think so.
Is that bad? From one
No,
to like 110. You're
from where?
probably. I don't know my own weight class. I know it's you got minimum. You got light minimum weight. Then you got minimum weight. Then you got. I think you're right. Yeah.
Straw. I think it's straw. 106 is straw, right?
Yeah. She right. She know more than me in
So
weight
no.
class.
No, I just wanted to see because you gotta check out the landscape. I'm like, we gotta get my girl. When do you guys think you'll make your debut? Or you just kind of
um,
training down in Upton now? And
Speaking of debuts, we working on. I got to talk a little bit. Yeah, I got to talk a little bit. Some of the. I'm not gonna call the promotion company out no more because I might keep making them mad. But there are.
we drop names over here on Jag Queen Boxing. We drop names. We name them names over
Look,
here.
man, just just saying, there's plenty of people on these top promotional cards.
Mm,
These top promotional cards. We've already sent out a couple of invites to the top dogs, and they denied.
okay,
So
really?
we're taking our time right now and seeing what our options are. I most definitely want to fight by the end of the year or the early beginning of next year. Focused on. I don't want to move too fast because I don't want to
Right.
mess. I don't want to rush and mess nothing up. Do it, but I do know I have to be wasted.
So what I got of that is they scared. That's what you
Yeah,
saying. You saying they scared. They don't want no smoke.
they really don't want no smoke, but you'll see them on Instagram like I'm tough and I'm ready.
Mm,
They're lying.
mm, mm. That's why I said we name them names, but you don't want to name them names. That's fine. I will go ahead and do my investigation. But but I see your merchandise online. So obviously you're planning for future outside of boxing.
Yeah.
Where do you see that going within like the next 2 to 5 years? Like, do you have a business plan for that, or because I saw the soft launch with what was that? Never. Oh my God, what was it? Because I saw the hat.
Never Stop Apparel.
Yes, yes.
Yes, and I'm in partner with a man named Darrell, and
Okay.
that's really his brand, and
Okay.
we kind of just collaborate on certain things
Mhm.
I like to do. But as far as outside of boxing,
Yeah.
I do want to, slowly but surely do go onto the catering side.
Okay.
Start off by making plates, something in hospitality and food. So
Nice.
hopefully I can use the boxing and to incorporate all that
That
together
there you go. There you go.
eventually. Because boxing doesn't last forever. Our bodies don't. last forever. So I do want
Hmm.
to see if we can make some things happen while I'm boxing as well.
I'm so glad you're thinking about the business side of boxing as well, because a lot of fighters don't necessarily do that until later. But if you build your brand with your resume, you know what I'm saying? There's nowhere to go but up. Now, do you like, what is like one of the biggest things you had to give up to become a boxer besides getting in trouble? What is one of the things that you was like, man, it's gonna be tough?
Your free time,
Mm.
your free
Mm.
not box part. It just is
Yeah.
work. You
24/7.
can't have one foot in and one foot out. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it works. Eventually, you can hang on the block with your boys or your girls or whatever. But you have to make sure you get to the gym, and you
Right.
can't be out there indulging in the alcohol and the weed,
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna get to the gym and you're not going to perform. You're gonna sit there sluggish and throwing up. It's it's just not gonna work out for you. Um,
Mm.
you can't decide to sleep in one week and then come in the next week. It's not gonna work out. You have to live, breathe, sleep, eat boxing.
You have to totally commit. Yeah.
You have to totally commit, or just don't do it at all, because you're gonna waste your own time.
That was gonna be like my next question. Do you have like an outside life? Are you like seeing someone? Because you are still a young woman at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And although I understand this is, your main focus, you have to have time to decompress too. To
I,
keep your mental sane, I would think, right?
it's called the weekends.
Okay, so you do get out and move around a little bit on the weekends.
No, I just
No. Oh, okay.
I don't do anything. Is I only box. I
Alright.
love to be able to, take a trip and go relax, but
Yeah.
my life isn't set up like that right now. I have
Dang, even on recovery days, like you ain't got recovery days, you could just
you
Netflix and chill.
still got to run though.
Mm. Okay.
Still got to
So
be
you
on
got to be doing some form of exercise, no matter what.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
no matter what, because
Yeah.
like my life, like I said before, my life is built a little different. Some of
Yeah.
the 10 times, 20 times, 30 times,
Mm.
they can take a week off and still come back and have people looking at them, or still do this, and oh, they get paid vacations. They can go to
Right.
their people is paying for certain things. I don't have that, so I can't chill. I don't have.
Mm.
I have
Yeah.
to outworking them so I can continue to beat them.
Right. Or to even, like you said, since you started late, even like compete. You know what I'm saying? Compete and then beat. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
I
So.
maybe one day I could, sit back, relax, go to Bahamas or something.
Hmm. Yeah.
Life looks
And
like.
so I can imagine all you do is like eat clean, right? Like I won't catch you at Fat Burger or nothing like that. Like I won't see.
Oh no, 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 no. As every now and then I do, pig out, but not
Mm,
to the point of overboard to no
yeah.
turn. Yeah, some people
Hmm.
like 30, 50. I'm being dramatic, like 30 to 40 pounds.
Mm,
But nah. I don't go too crazy over my weight. A lot of people think that I get big because I'm so short.
hmm.
Sometimes I'll go up to like maybe I'm bloated, but because I'm so short and I have a lot of muscles and I'm compact, I
Hmm.
look at me and say, "Oh, you're walking around 130, and I'm just nothing but a bloated 112."
Mm,
And I prove it to him. I'm like, "You didn't think I'm 130?" And I'll get on the scale in front of him, and it says like 112.8. I'm like,
mm.
bloated.
Because I think I did see something where you said your walk around is like 120 or something like that.
Nah, I might have been old. When
Okay. Okay.
I first started boxing, or when I was like maybe eating a little too much, or maybe
Still
doing something.
hadn't gotten your eating under control. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm too short to be walking around. Screw that.
Tell me about it. I want cake or anything. I gotta eat it on the treadmill. Like, listen, and feel guilty. Like, ugh. But But so what it led you to Upton? What led you guys to Calvin?
Um, I needed a change of scenery.
Mhm.
A couple of options that I had when leaving Charlottesville, Virginia. But since me growing up in Virginia, I I was off probation and my case is sealed and expunged at 18. That everything
Mhm.
official at 19. So I knew that
Okay.
staying in Charlottesville. But at the
Mm.
same time, I knew the ins and outs, and I wasn't as mature as I am now to stay in Virginia and not backslide
Mhm.
into
Mhm.
I wasn't supposed to be doing, you know. So
Mhm.
that's what ultimately gave me the all right. Well, we can go here, we can go here, but if I stay here, I could possibly get in trouble again. I don't like this. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go to Baltimore. Let's go to the home of Javante Davis, and let's see what's
Mhm.
there. And I've been there ever since. I got, Baltimore gave me my adoption papers, and I've been.
Mhm. No, listen, that's good. Like working with Calvin, did he like what did he I guess teach you that you maybe didn't know before? You know, because I know Calvin just seems like a wealth of like knowledge. Like you know
That's
what I mean? Like inside and outside the ring. So what has he like given you that maybe you didn't know before that maybe kind of helped you mature into the young woman we see before us?
um, no excuses.
Mm,
I know.
okay.
Um, he worked with me on really how to throw my punches the correct way. Because when
Okay.
I could always fight, but I wasn't throwing anything correct.
Hmm.
Throw a lot
You
of
were a scrapper, not a boxer.
yeah, 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 and he gave me a lot of discipline. I see
Mm,
the hard work and the workouts when I first
okay.
came up, and no excuses, no cut cards. If you messed up in the workout, he would kick you out.
Mm.
You
Oh,
jump in,
he's tough.
start messing up, get out. What do you mean get out? Get out of my line. You're still slowing everybody up.
Mm.
And that
Okay.
made me want, I'm not messing up no more. Eventually,
Mm.
I kept going, and he'll tell everybody himself, I don't never have to worry about Groovy because she does what I need her to do.
I saw him. I think you were like maybe your last amateur fight. He was like so happy when you won. I was like, look at Calvin over there. But
Yeah.
is it a lot of pressure though training out of the gym that bred such a champion like Javante? Is it like a lot of pressure? Do you feel it when you? Because I could just imagine how proud they are of him, and I can imagine the younger kids they aspire to be like him. Like, is it a lot of pressure? Do you feel?
At first, yeah, but now, no, because my
Oh,
whole life, right, you know,
yeah.
my to write a book or do like a short docu series or something. Because literally from the age of 2, it's been nothing but pressure, nothing
Mm,
but not all bad, but the bad parts were bad, and it was
mm,
all something that I've always had to overcome. I would have a good rest period, and then boom, something else happens, and now I have to
mm,
overcome this, have to overcome that. There was always something that I had to overcome and get better and be on my toes about my p's and q's. So at first, I guess it was pressure here, but then I just got not comfortable, but used to what was expected of me, and some
mm-hmm.
trouble with that, and that comes down to their discipline. A lot of people crumble with the discipline and what the coaches are asking from you. So at
Mm,
first, it may seem a lot of what people are asking from you, but when it really boils down to it, just come to the gym.
right.
That's all you got to do.
That's
Sometimes
half the battle. Mm-hmm.
it's, you're like, dang, the kids that are in school, dang, I just got out of school. I didn't even go home yet. I'm going straight to the gym. I want to go chill with my friends, but you're telling the coaches you want to be a champion. That's not what champions do.
Mm,
And then you
mm,
have a like myself, they say, all right, well, I'm gonna come this day, and this day, and they don't show up for 2 weeks straight. Now you're mad that the coaches aren't paying you any attention. That's your fault.
right.
You can't
Right.
say what you're going to do and then don't do it. You can't expect somebody to give you something. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not really any pressure for me. I don't feel no pressure. I am who I am, and God willing, I'm going to go to the top with this. I'm going to make sure that I stay on my P's and Q's and do what I need to do so the people around me can do their job as well.
Mm. How, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad would you say, like, you want to be the next female strawweight champion? Like, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I want to be the
Mm.
top in this boxing. You see Clarissa face, Alicia face, Michaela Mayer, Layla Al. That's me. That's
Okay.
they're all bigger, so
Mm-hmm.
they can't get down to the small weight. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
do all this 101 to one. Oh, that's mine.
About to run the table on them.
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay. Is there, and I look, I'm gonna keep coming back to, I'm gonna keep sliding it in. Is there anybody in particular we looking at, or what's going on?
Gabriella Fundora.
Girl, oh, I almost fell out my seat.
You know what
You
that is?
want Gabby.
Yeah. I want
Mm.
that's
Okay.
built up to go to that one.
Okay. All right. We gonna take us a road less traveled and get right where we need to be.
Right.
So now you said you've reached out to some of the top tier, I guess, promotional companies. What's
Mhm.
going on? Are we not hearing anything back? You know,
It's
because I harass people through email. So what's up? We're
no,
not hearing nothing.
no knock to the promotional companies. The promotional companies want the fight. It's
Okay.
the fighters and their teams that don't want.
Mm-hmm. The business. Okay.
So the promotional companies will say, "Yeah, we love the fight. Let's present it to them," and then the fighters and their teams will go, "Nah, we're gonna pick with somebody easier."
Yeah, because right now you're stuck in a similar position where, and I interviewed Elijah Pierce a while ago, but he's in the same position where it's like you guys are high risk but low reward right now. You know,
Right.
people know who y'all are. These trainers and these other fighters, they know who y'all are, and they like, listen, ain't enough money yet for me to get up in there with them and possibly lose. I'm already at a certain status or think I'm at a certain status, but you know, I'm glad for people like y'all, you know, the younger generation, because y'all seem like y'all really want to fight. It's this middle generation that kind of, in my opinion, grew up watching Mayweather that's so stuck on this O and so scared to get in there with real competition. So, what would you tell a young girl looking at you that's looking to get into boxing? What would you tell her? What words of encouragement would you give her?
I would tell her, give yourself 60 days to see if this
Mm.
is what you want to do.
Mm.
First 2 weeks, if she is in a real boxing gym with real coaches,
Okay.
or at least coaches that are willing to work with her and learn with her. The first 2 weeks, her body is going to hurt. So that right there is going to be a test to herself, her mental, to say, "Dang, can I, can I keep doing this? Can I get up after this weekend and go ahead and go back into this Monday after school or after my job? Can I, or I've never done this before, can I go ahead and keep learning through the pain?" First 2 weeks is going to tell you that. Then after that first 2 weeks, that's when you have to really lock in mentally and be able to learn while you're in pain. So just like your coach is gonna say, just like last week, you gotta throw your jab just like that. Oh, my arms are tired. They're gonna be even more tired when the more levels up and up and up and up you go. This it doesn't get easier from there. The pain gets worse. Hell, you might get a pain in your left butt cheek or something. But you got everything hurts. I cannot lie to y'all. Everything hurts at times, but you have to really power through it. Maybe you can't go at 100% like you did last week, but it's
Mm-hmm.
fine. You can you can do it. Now, get
I,
up and all that pain is done for.
mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Now you might get into some combination work or the boring stuff, which is footwork. Can you do the exact same thing over and over and over for at least
Mm.
three? All right. If you can do all of that and have your coach talk to you a little crazy, not disrespectful, not saying
Mm-hmm.
cool, but a little crazy, like, "Yo, what are you doing? Why are you moving so slow?" It gets a little rough like that sometimes. But if you can get through all that within your first 60 days and you have your first sparring, and you might get beat up in your first sparring match. That's okay. But if you can sit there and realize what you did wrong and continue to work on that, then you'll be all right. You can't quit. And to the people that don't want to box, and life is just a little rough right now, you just got to keep going, man. Y'all don't really have an option to quit. Well, I can't tell nobody what you can and can't do, but
I'm about to say because it's mental, like you said, and whether obviously while you were going through your personal issues, you probably didn't know it was preparing you for these moments. You know
I
what I mean? Like the mental hurdles and all of that, because you already have like an edge on some of these girls who maybe didn't have the, I'll say, colored background, or maybe the, very detailed problems or issues or whatever. You already mentally ahead of them, like you said, So when you get in there, it's already like you licking your chops. You know what I mean? But
mhm.
obviously, you have to work hard at that. So, Coach, what have y'all ever got into it yet? Y'all ever butted heads yet? Like, man, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? He like, no. You know, what's going on? Did that ever happen? Look, I'm nosy. Did that ever happen?
Times, yeah, a couple times. You know,
hmm
frustrated with each other, but that's regular. That's bound to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
there's some days her body be hurting, and I'll be
Yeah.
asking, you know, keep pushing past that limitation, and sometimes it can get a little heated, but
Mm.
does it? You
Yeah, I
know,
do it. I
she
got time
she
to get
might she
first.
might talk a little ish in the beginning, but or she'll talk a ish while she doing it, but you know, it gets
She
done.
get it done. She get it done. Yeah, that's what matters. You
Gotta
and you and Calvin ever got into it yet, or Kenny? Because he looked like I've seen his videos where he does like outside the gym with all those little boys and they be training. Like, he be talking not crazy, but he be like, man, y'all better get this done or like get on up out of here. You ever be like, Coach, I'm tired. I'm just so tired.
You gonna say I don't care?
yeah.
Say I
Yeah.
don't care.
Calvin don't care. He don't give a fuck.
I love it. I
So
love it.
And none of that.
as long as you are trying, and because
hmm
you start off the workout real fast, real,
Right,
down. He gonna say, hey, you slowing down. As long as you're trying, and you know these coaches, they know what they're looking at. As long as you're
right.
trying, give it.
Mhm.
All right, cool, you're done. Good job. Go home.
Yeah,
But if you're
yeah.
not, they know what that looks like. Man, you're
Mhm.
it's your
Yes,
fault.
yes, indeed.
Everybody gonna
Yeah, and I like that. He send you home like, listen, don't be wasting my time. Don't be up in here with
yeah,
this foolishness,
yeah.
you know? So,
There's
but
a lot of people that they gotta work with. So don't be that one that's wasting their time.
mm.
Sure.
I was like, that surprises me that, well, I understand after you explain it, like how you don't really take any time off. Because I was going to say, like, what is gloves off, Teaira? Like, what do you do when you just kind of want to relax and just, ooh,
Well, a day of relaxation would look like me and my dog just chilling.
hmm
An American bully.
I
Uh,
saw that too. That thing big.
big.
Mm.
He take up space.
mm.
But it's just me and him chilling. I might
Mm.
I like video games. That's what I do.
Okay.
I play the
Okay.
Call of Duty, the
What you
NBA
said? Call of Duty?
Call of Duty. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I do play Fortnite.
Okay.
I watch anime.
Okay.
Um, yeah, that's kind of what my days look like. Do get to
Okay.
relax, but not too. Maybe I'll do a quick run in the morning, and then the rest of the day I'm stretching and playing the game. But yeah, I don't have too many. I don't have
Too
too many
many.
of those type of days.
No, I was
Yeah,
just concerned because it's like I don't want you to get burnt out either. I understand you're trying to achieve something, but you gotta have just a moment at least to kind of like breathe and at least take in your success up to that point. You know what I mean?
yeah, I agree.
As long as
My
you're
life
getting your
not set up.
something, a little something. But I get it. Listen, we going after Gabby Fundora. We got to have us a plan, honey. We got to be ready. We got to be ready. We got to be ready. But I mean, hopefully we get you in there soon because obviously ring rust is a real thing. You just had your last fight in what, December, right? Your
Yeah,
last,
and
yeah. So, it's coming up on a year.
I know.
So we
Yeah,
up
Yeah.
against the time, man. You sparring? You said you spar a lot. I saw you be sparring some boys. I saw that, and then you have you ever sparred with like Mia? I know she's out of that gym too. Have you ever sparred with Mia? She's
yeah. We
she.
get hurt. She injured right now.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, she's injured right now. She'll come back. She's coming back soon though.
Okay, good, good. Do you spar with any of the boys out of Upton? I know before, when you were in Charlottesville, you were sparring with the boys because it wasn't a lot of girls. But what about now that you're at Upton? Do you spar still with the
Yeah,
boys or?
my regular sparring partners. A lot of the boys are my regular sparring partners. Like Superfly and I, we used to spar a lot until he got a little bigger. You had Naeem Somerville. We used to spar a lot before. Uh, Samari Everett Time Machine. We used to spar a lot. Before they went through that big puberty, huge
Before,
stage.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
go ahead and go back and forth now. So they have to hold back for me a lot now, but we're still able to get some good work. The ones that we really go ahead and thump as of now before they hit that big stage again is you got Lil Ron, you got Montana, you got Showtime Tana in here too.
Okay, I heard of Showtime, and I'm assuming Truck is way too big for you.
Heck,
Um,
Yeah, if
y'all about
anything,
to say Jaleel? What about Jaleel?
and some just tap 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 certain taps. He's huge compared to me.
that boy is way too big.
Yeah, because Jaleel is at what 154 now, right?
I
I
think
think.
so. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's
154.
at 150.
Bigger. He like 160, 168.
Oh wow, I didn't know he got that big. Okay, yeah, because I guess you're right. Like when they go through their growth spurts, you don't even be noticing. You be like, who the hell is that? But so definitely. I mean, I was gonna say when you retire, what are your plans? But we ain't even really got started yet. We got a lot of work to do.
I plan on having a
So,
lot.
huh?
I plan on having a lot of money.
That's what it's all about, baby.
I'm dead fucking serious. I plan on having a lot of money. I plan on disappearing after that. I want money. I'm not
Mhm.
play around. I'm not in here to waste time. Think about it. In 5 years, 10 years, I'm 35.
Yeah.
10 years, I'm 40,
Hmm.
and that it goes by very fast. I've already wasted my entire teenage years on
Yeah.
yes. I'm not here to waste no time.
That's right. I wouldn't say you wasted them. I think they're more like a learning lesson, and thank God for the judge and the prosecutor and everyone else who, allowed you to be on a different path, on a different journey. But I'm glad too that you were able to see that you needed to leave your, old stomping ground and go somewhere different to, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can try and change, but the environment won't allow you to. So, you
Right.
know,
I agree with
luckily you knew that it was time to change and, you know what I'm saying? Get
you.
somewhere different. I cannot wait until this debut announcement. Are we close to finding an opponent?
We're
Or
getting
you can't say? Or
closer.
okay.
We gotta tell these girls stop being scary, man.
Give me their names. Wait, let me write it down. Give me their name. I'll call them out.
What area are you out of?
I'm in Jersey.
Nice.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. What part of Jersey?
I'm in northern New Jersey.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it's
B More is not too far from me. I actually, I'm gonna see when the rides come on, whenever they like do stuff, because I always be like, I'm gonna go down there and talk to the kids at the gym, see what's going on, because you could tell that like they really care about those kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I was like, oh, you with Calvin now, you good, because Calvin he gonna get you right mentally, physically. You know what I'm saying? Does he talk to you about the business side too, or?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything.
Yeah. Yeah. You could tell he prepares those kids all the way around. You know what I mean? That's definitely what's up.
you got to get the business part down back, man, because that's
Thank you. That's the most important part.
important part. That's more important than the physical aspect of it.
Mhm.
Fighters.
Mhm.
I honestly feel like boxers need to be more involved on the business aspect. I feel like they need to just stop thinking they need to come and just perform. I think they also need to get an aspect of what are they on,
Mm-hmm.
what are they signed for? How long are they for? How many fights are they going to fight in a year? What is their purse be like? You know what I'm saying? What percent are you get? What percent of the promotion company getting? All of that kind of stuff. I feel like they should know. I
They
feel like
do, and it's their right to know. You know what I mean? So,
it,
especially based on the Ali Act, it's their right to know what's going on within their money because
right.
we don't want to have boxers end up like how Mike Tyson was broke. You know what I'm saying? A lot of boxers were broke after because they trusted the wrong people. They weren't paying attention to their own business. So, absolutely, absolutely.
And
Learning how to read your contract, understanding what your contract means, you know?
and it sucks because there's no for fighters. There's no health insurance.
Right.
There's no union. There's
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So like you really got to be on top of your money, and you got to really know how to invest wisely. Because once you get those below it, that's it. If you
Yep.
can invest in it, if you ain't got nothing by the time you retire, you really can't. You're really to blame yourself if you try to look at your team and be like, so where's all my money at?
Mm-hmm.
You mean you didn't see the contract? You didn't read the contract you wrote? You gave us 50% of that. You like
Mm.
what?
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like boxers, man,
Yeah.
they gotta get more. They gotta smarten up, man. They gotta smarten up.
And I don't want to throw nobody under the bus, but Don King, I read somewhere that he was charging for like towels and stuff. I'm like, good God, bro! Like, what is going on here?
You
That's
serious?
crazy.
So,
That's crazy.
That's
mm-hmm,
you charging for towels.
mm-hmm,
And a
yeah.
hospitals do that. You're charging for towels. Come on,
I'm
man.
telling you.
That's
Yeah, no, I'm glad that you guys are definitely aware that she needs to be about her business. That's why I'm so glad you started like the partnership brands and stuff like that. Because man, that money that use that to build and what I'm saying, go into other things. That's so important. Because like you said, there's no retirement plan. There's no, what I'm saying. There's no health insurance. There's nothing. When you're done, you're done. So
and in
for
box
sure.
they can write that stuff off on their taxes.
Mhm.
The transportation, you know what I'm saying? All of the equipment and all that stuff, they can write all that stuff off on their taxes. I don't know if a lot of them even know that, but they really could.
They don't.
So little stuff like little gems like that, boxers need to start being more on point on. And they can
Mm.
back at the end.
Well, Well, y'all seem to know a lot about it. Give them some things that maybe they need to be aware of, some things that you think maybe a lot of them do not know outside of like the taxes thing where they can write certain things off. Like, what are little things you can advise them to look for in a contract to not be taken advantage of, stuff like that.
I could say this right off the bat because I had just experienced this, not myself, but me explaining it to another fighter. Don't let your manager or your coach or your team, like we said, take care of everything.
Yeah,
I
that's for
just
sure.
had a run in with a good peer of mine, cool peer of mine, and they were saying something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, my manager handles everything." Oh, I said, so they handle your contract? Yeah, they handle the matchmaking, but at this time, that person was having a trouble finding a match. So I'm like, nah, this doesn't make it. This doesn't make sense to me. Nah, man, you got literally matchmakers and people who are wanting to talk to you specifically. You need to take that. I'm not trying to, I wasn't trying to scare this person, but I had to let them know and break everything down. Like, don't ever do that. And if a person is fighting you on letting you read your contract, you need to get away from them. You need to go to a lawyer and break whatever contract is going on. Go to a lawyer, go to someone in the boxing community that knows what they are doing and they are trustworthy, and tell them what is going on so they can go ahead and review everything. Because that person, let's say that person signs a fight contract for you and you never seen it, and they could just say, "Oh, you only got $2,000." Whole time they're pocketing 5,000. So really, you made 7,000, and they're only supposed to get 10%, but they're taking more. They're basically paying you their cut that they're supposed to be getting.
Damn.
So that right there is just right off the bat. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't read your contract, that you can't see this and you can't see that. You are the entity in question. You are the fighter. I know it's a 50-50. You really don't need a man. It just makes life easier. They need, without the fighters, there is no fight.
And you know what, Groovy? You are one of like very few boxers that I've talked to and come across that know that.
Damn.
Because a lot of these guys will just let, like you said, their promoters and everybody run their career, and they just focus on training and this and that. Third, it's like, no, bro, you out here doing this training so you can make that money. Pay attention to how much money is coming in. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that you kind of understand what's going on. So let me ask you this, and I know you're busy, so I'll let you go after this. Are you aware of what's going on with like the Zuffa boxing and the TKO league? And if you are, what do you think about all of that?
I had a person that I was trying to ask certain questions. She kind of just stopped responding. As far as I was concerned, I think that it's more so like it's their own boxing ranking. They have their own thing going on, kind of like what the UFC had going on, and they're gonna have their own belt. So as far as I was concerned, I think it's after you have a couple of successful title defenses within Zuffa boxing, you are then gonna be eligible to go ahead and challenge the other sanctioning bodies like WBA, WBC, IBF. As far as I was concerned, that's really the only thing that I know about Zuffa boxing.
Well, it's like so intertwined, right? Because you know how we just talked about like knowing about your money and all that other stuff. They want to be able to hide that from you in a way. They want to pay you like a stipend, almost like you'll be an employee instead of an independent contractor. Now, they're
Like,
trying to dress it up in the guise of, giving you guys health coverage and stuff like that. But it's you know what I mean? It's almost it's going to be very similar to what you said, like the UFC,
so how do
basically.
they do that when you have the Muhammad Ali Act?
Well, that's the thing. They're in the process of repealing that. They actually have now six, I believe. It's 6-0. They had some little crap they snuck up on us. What's today? So they have this yesterday. The California State Athletic Commission. They are in favor. Obviously, Ali's ex-wife Wani is in favor. What's the guy's name? Ken from the WWE. He's in favor of it. So basically a whole bunch of entities that want your money. Obviously they're in favor of it, and a lot of boxers are not. I think that they will probably go after like newbies such as yourself or people fresh out of the Olympics that aren't making any money yet before they start to make money. So it's very predatory, in my opinion.
So they're basically going to be basically all you have to do is fight, and they don't want you to read any contract.
Basically.
Basically, they're gonna pay for your health care, pay for dental work or whatever. Uh,
Yep. Basically. Yeah. Yep.
so upgraded USA Boxing. This
Listen.
is upgraded USA Boxing because once you get on Team USA, you get stipends. They're not paying
Mm,
any. They're paying you to travel here, 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 and here. They're getting your equipment. They're getting you. All you got to do is think about boxing. Now,
mhm.
now the upgraded version is you're getting paid, but you're not getting paid what you could be getting paid if you
Exactly.
see your WBA ranking.
Hmm.
So how
Ah,
are they deciding the payment? How does that work? Is that
Oh,
box?
that's very interesting. They're starting you on a pay schedule, like I said, like an employee. They will start you. I think I don't want to quote them, but I think the highest is 750,000. But that's if you're like top tier level. So you got to go through all of their little rankings, jump through all their little hoops, fight everyone they want you to fight. I get wanting the best to fight the best, but some of these guys cannot take hard fight after hard fight after hard fight. You have to have some sort of longevity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, so to me,
What was
listen,
the lowest? Like 10,000?
say it again.
What was the lowest? Like 10,000?
Somewhere around there, somewhere around pennies and peanuts. That's why I said they'll be going after people fresh out of the Olympics, and I assume the guys who aren't really making a lot of money. And another thing, they're not going to build stars over there. Everyone is going to be on the same playing field, so you'll have nowhere to go. You're going to have to sign an exclusive contract, which means you cannot go and negotiate with other promoters to get a higher bag. It's golden handcuffs.
I'm giving my rights up, basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your intellectual property and everything else.
That's crazy. Can't do
Are they
that.
going to put you on big platforms to be seen?
No, no. From what I understand, you'll be fighting on Tubi. I mean, oops, I'm sorry. Their platforms. I don't know. Whatever platform they got going on over there, you'll be fighting over there. So yeah,
Yeah. How long is this
Wow.
job, quote unquote, contract for? Like, how long is this?
that I don't know. They'll lock you in for, I guess, as long as they can lock you in for. I'm assuming they'll want the longest possible. I don't like to be judgmental, but I just feel like, if Turkey Al Sheikh really wanted to improve the sport of boxing, he could have partnered with anyone besides Dana White. You know what I'm saying? Dana White does not have the best reputation in the UFC.
Yeah, that's
He was just sued for
good.
$375 million. So,
I
you
think
know,
who recently just came out
Quite a
and
few.
basically finally got their money. I think it was Chuck Liddell. I think it was Chuck Iceman Liddell. He finally
hmm
said that he was supposed to have been getting way after he retired.
yeah, yeah. And Conor McGregor's highest payday, remember he was in the UFC for all those years, his highest payday was his fight with Mayweather. You know what I'm saying?
Boxing match. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and it's crazy because you came in while I was doing the news, but it's gonna be a UFC fight on the Jake versus Tank card. You see how they're trying to intertwine everything together? What's that guy name? Hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now the guy name that's gonna be on there. I was just doing the news. Anthony Anderson Silva versus Chris Weidman is going to take place
Huh.
on the Jake versus Tank undercard.
That could have,
Yeah.
in my opinion, that could have been an event in its own. 'Cause I know exactly who those two people are, and they could have put that as
Mm-hmm.
a main event. Dana White could have put that as a main event, or a main exhibition event, and then went ahead and went the boxing route, and put
See,
them. Yeah,
set
they
to
could.
take place on
They
Jake Paul and Javante undercard, and this is ridiculous.
and Anderson Silva as the main event, and put some newbies that we know was going to
Mm-hmm.
the undercard. That would have been a great UFC fight.
Wait, so
They trying to intertwine it. They intertwining it.
they're sharing the same ring as all the boxers, and they're just going to bring a cage down? Like, I'm confused.
We gonna see, but that's. I don't know if y'all saw when I put it up on the screen. I just read that in the news today. Anderson Silva, Chris Weidman the third, set for Jake Paul versus Tank Netflix card.
I hope they just.
It.
I hope they
I don't
just.
understand this. I
I
don't
hope
get this.
it's boxing and we just overthinking stuff, because that's tricky.
I saw an all female card. Oh my god, was it Pro Box or was it OTX? I forget. But anyway, they were in the ring and they were scrapping, and this girl was getting her butt whooped. She hauled off and karate kicked the shit out that girl in the stomach. I'm like, look at it, it's already starting. It was a mess.
They
Yeah.
really,
I'm
they,
not mature enough for that crap, man.
they really
We have gone toe to toe with the, and
kick.
you kick me, I might break your leg, man. I ain't gonna, because I know how to.
Yeah. We ain't boxing no more after that. We getting
Yeah,
to it because that's crazy.
gloves off.
I might bite you.
Yeah.
That's, you kick me?
Kick?
Nah, man. That's not a.
No, but for sure. I yeah, it's a lot going into it. So I'm glad that you understand that you have to pay attention to your contracts and understanding what they mean for you. You know what I'm saying? With partnership with them, and then even if there's something you don't understand, if they're hesitant on explaining it to you, mm-mm. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like they're trying to hide some things. So for
Mhm.
real, shout outs,
I got
shout
a question.
outs.
I got a question. How do you feel about boxers calling out other boxers?
She with it. Look at her.
I'm definitely with it, but I have to know that you're serious, right? Like, so, for instance, and we're all family here. The whole Shakur calling out Tank thing, I
She
don't
cool.
buy that. I just don't buy that. And you know, it's whatever. I just don't believe him. I'm not convinced. I'm just not.
Because
I'm not
he
convinced.
had well, not everyone, but certain people explained it already. And Shakur had his chance at Tank. He decided to talk himself out of it, ask for a multi-fight deal, and that's not what the setup was. It's you get Tank and that's it. He went and signed with who, Eddie Hearn after
I
that.
think so.
So
Yeah,
it's like,
he's in the Matchroom Protection Program, and he's also over there with Turkey, so he's in a double protection program. So
these people be talking themselves out of it and then getting mad at Tank when he don't want to fool with him no more. You wasted my time.
I think
yeah,
they, yeah, I think that's with that. They know Tank is the cash cow, so I feel
Mm-hmm.
like
yeah.
they kind of outprice themselves because Tank is a high risk, just like how she's a high risk for certain fighters.
Mhm.
That so they figure, if I'm going to be in there with him, knowing the risk I can take of taking an O or a knockout, I want 20 mil off rip. You know what I'm saying?
Even though the business side of things does not say that you are an undercard fighter at best.
Right.
So that does not really, your market value doesn't say 20 million. It says $10 on a t-shirt. But
Right.
a lot of these guys, like you said, they know that he is the face of boxing, and he brings in the most money. So obviously they're looking to increase their bag.
Yeah.
But instead of chasing that, you should be chasing the big fights that will ultimately get you to the back. But
Get right.
I
Mm.
digress. But so, when you asked me that question, did you have a specific fighter in mind, or were you just like in general?
The kid.
I like the fight with Gabriella Fundora. There is a
Yeah,
girl
you said that. I listen. I wrote that down. We gonna get to that. Don't we? Gonna
girl,
we gonna do that.
but I think it's her name's Natalie Dove, but she's too big now. I think
Okay.
she fights at like 115, 116. Now, mind you, when we fought each other in the amateurs, they robbed me because we was in the
Mm.
that girl up, man. No
Mm.
disrespect, Natalie, but I beat you up, bro. I won that fight, and you
I
know I
think I saw that fight. It was that one, and then the Katie O'Keefe one. I was like, what the hell are they doing?
I
Oh no, I was thinking about Robin. It was Robin Moran. That was last year, right?
ain't talking about Katie O'Keefe. That was an Ireland
Oh,
fight. Ready for
yeah, I
that?
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't. I wasn't even in shape in that fight. I'm not talking about
Mm,
that. I'm talking about
okay.
Natalie Dove signed with MVP Promotions.
Oh, okay. She's with
I
MVP. Okay.
think she's too big now. She's like one. I think she fights at like 115, 118. I'm not messing with that.
Well, wait a minute. Ain't Fundora at like 115, or she at 112?
She at 112.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
weight classes.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times these young women will fight in the lower weight classes and amateurs,
Mhm.
go to the weight class that they're supposed to be in.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm doing. That's not.
Right.
I'm not going all that. Yeah, they got it's a lot of these top girls supposed to be top girls on these big promotional companies. But the only thing that they have on me is on paper they have something to back them. I don't got much to back me on paper. So
Right.
again, I have to do more than what they got to right now. I got to prove myself a little bit more in the pros. Then we'll see how they can make big promotion stuff will go. I just
You
got
ever
to
thought about going maybe like the pro box route, or like OTX? Because I know like O'Shea Jones and
O'Shea Jones,
uh T-
a multi-time national champion, and she's been
mhm.
and you not. On some real stuff, you're not getting in contact with certain people without a cosign.
Okay.
And that's just what it is, sadly. That's what my life is, sadly.
Yeah. We're
So,
gonna have to do something because it's almost been a year. We need you to make a pro debut. We gonna let's see. Gabby just fought, didn't she? Last week was it? Or the week before? She
don't
just
get me
fought.
wrong.
I think she just fought.
Go
Yeah.
line name them names,
Huh?
see if they trying two step. See if they trying, have a little dance battle. They get
Mm.
and
You going in and out. I can't hear you.
get a list of names, all the names,
Uh-huh.
and see if they try to have a dance battle.
Mm. Mm.
We want the fights. We want to fight, but
Right.
do we fight? Like, do we got to call niggas out? Like, what we got to do?
Yup. Yup.
If you
Yup.
know some names in her weight class,
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm.
and
Yes,
let's
honey.
see what's popping.
Don't listen. Stop trying to tap into my messy side. Stop it.
Mm-mm.
I will. I listen. I will take a look, honey. Listen, we got to get a fight anyway we can. But yeah, you got to call them out because if not, they'll hide in their little bubble. You know what I'm saying? They'll hide in their little bubble, comfortable.
The
You
route
know,
we got to take now. I mean,
yeah. Show up to their fights. Pull their hair. I don't know, but we're gonna get you a fight because it's you know what I'm saying. We definitely gotta get that popping.
we want to
I
fight.
don't know if we're gonna be honest. I don't know. Gabby probably is not gonna be. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna fight you right now because you have nothing to offer her. You know what I'm saying? I think she has what like two belts or something like that, and I think she's actually
But if I don't got
she
nothing,
might be moving down. She actually might be moving down because I think I don't think she's moving up. I think I heard she was gonna move down.
that's better for me. Come on down to 105.
I did. I heard she was
Come on,
moving down.
105. If she can make 105, I'll take that. I'll take that fight now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I gotta look because I think she's moving down.
If she come down to 105, that's great.
So she's gonna vacate her belts.
No, she might keep them.
No, I don't. I don't. I gotta look again. But I could have sworn she was after that last fight. I thought she was moving down. I thought up, but then somebody said no, she's gonna move down. So I gotta double check. I don't know where the hell she gonna go,
Why?
She needs
but
She probably want to come down and clean the divisions up. It's probably,
mhm, mhm,
but then she might go
yeah.
this little
She
pit.
probably want to come. She probably want to come and clean everything underneath her up before going back. You know, I don't know how she's gonna do it. She's very she's like her brother. You know, they're slender. You know, they're very. You know,
Yeah, they
so
yeah. I guess they body can push that limit down, but
if she
damn,
come down to 105, she gotta see me. Take that.
mm,
She go to 105. I'm not just talking. I'll take that fight
okay, I
because I'm
love it.
already at there. You have to get there. I'm
Right.
already there. You gotta get there. And if I don't got nothing to offer, these chicks that she fighting don't got nothing to offer. She has the
This
belt.
is very true.
Got
This
all
is
the,
very true.
she has.
This is
They
very
have
true.
nothing to offer her. So if that's the case, I'm no different than them.
good point.
Mm.
Good point.
God, my spidey sense is tingling.
Ah,
Mm. I'm
Just
making me some calls, honey. Um, I'm be nosy and see what's going on. But
look,
no, we do. We definitely got to get you in the ring. So we need to. I mean, I obviously you game for just anybody right now. You're trying to make that pro debut, and
hmm
yeah,
with them ducking and hiding, everybody in the witness protection program, we got to start calling names.
we outside the door, we knocking, we just trying to come in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
We come inside, and
Mhm.
then we
That's
come.
why you got to knock like the police. You know, like knock like the warrant squad. You know, boom, 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 boom.
If you can get somebody to open the door and just let us in
without me getting ratchet and have to kick
and
them.
kick that
I don't want to
motherfucker
do
in,
that. I don't want to do
No.
that.
See,
we
you
ain't
know,
gonna do that. We just
people. One thing I learned about people,
doorbell.
like I always give this example. It's two people in the store, right? One person is standing there waiting patiently, and the other person is acting a fool. The manager come from the back. Who you think he gonna address first?
Hold on. The one
The
acting,
person acting a fool.
yeah, that's who they pay attention to. Seth.
Sometimes you gotta show out. You gotta pop out and show niggas. You know,
Yeah.
that's it. But
You
I'm gonna see if we can prevent that. I'm gonna see if we can prevent that for a little while longer. Anyway,
yeah,
I like
that
a little ratchetivity. I
yeah.
like a little ratchet shit. But I'm gonna see what's going on. I'm gonna look at the rankings and see shit who ain't got a fight, who could use a fight. You know?
Like we just trying, we just trying to have a nice little, feel me?
I'm just trying to get my.
Hmm.
I ain't
Trying.
asking you too much.
What is Coach Calvin saying? Is he reaching behind the scenes trying to see what's going on?
He's saying the same thing we're saying.
Mm, okay.
He's sending
What
my name.
they
Sending my
got them little hookers on that
like
MVP card. Why the hell Tank ain't throw you on his undercard?
ass tank. I don't know. Yeah, but I
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta look now. Now I'm definitely intrigued. I gotta see what's up. Yeah, for sure.
got the man, but I don't have all the answers. I don't know.
Hmm. Well, we're gonna get you something. I know you say you want to get in there before the end of the year.
Yeah.
You gotta stay at their helmets, Teaira. I'm gonna help you. We gotta start calling some names out. Stay on their back. That's what they because if you're quiet about it, they ain't gonna pay you
Well,
no attention.
that's the thing. I'm not quiet. These people know who
Okay.
I
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that.
They
Yeah.
know they know who I am. I'm
That
not
high risk, low reward. High
they,
risk, low reward, you
yeah,
know?
there you go. So it's just I don't know. We just gotta see what happens. We just gotta see what happens.
I think you just want her to name drop. I think that's what it is. If
Well,
she,
listen, she don't got to because I will go and be nosy. It don't make no difference to me, honey. I ain't got nothing to do. I'll pull the rankings up right now. What y'all want to do? You know what I'm saying? I'm with whatever. You know, don't matter to me. But it would help. But I mean, I can look on my own. I ain't above a little research. Mother's nosy, so that's fine. I can
All the top
definitely.
girls from 101 to 112 in the
All the girls from 101 to 112 and what?
amateurs. Some of them has gone pro. So look
Okay.
from 2022 to 2024.
The
December
last one was just in Tulsa, right? It was
24th.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. The one, the last one, the
Huh?
Golden Gloves is in Tulsa, right? This last one.
Nah, nationals. Look at nationals.
Nationals. Okay, Nationals. Okay.
The December nationals from 2022 to 2024. They all know it.
Okay.
But the girl at 112 is still she's still amateur. I'm not checking for her. But the one
Okay.
already gone pro, they know exactly who I am. And their eye
Okay.
do.
Are
That's
they
how
signed with the promotion company? Are they signed with the promotional
look,
company?
look, the more research that you do, the more you're about to realize that all these big name women know exactly who I am.
I know. I heard you say that Clarissa and Fran, all of them were at your Olympics, right?
Yeah. At the
Okay.
national.
At the Nationals.
Yeah.
Okay.
They know who I am now.
Okay.
The big names that you can think of, they know exactly who I
Hmm. Okay. And Bumgarner's too big, right? She's at what, 125?
am. Man, 30. She too big.
Okay.
But she know who I am too.
Okay. Yeah, these girls are probably too big. You are a straw weight, so let me see. I gotta I gotta look because underneath what 112, it's like it shouldn't really. It's probably not a lot of girls, but we're gonna do some investigation
Mm-hmm.
because I can imagine a lot of them get a lot of fights either. You know, the ones fresh out of the Olympics too. So
Dude, they get more than me
yeah, that's
right
why
now.
I asked you. The girl you said that you fought, is she signed?
Natalie Dove?
Oh, you said she's with Top Rank.
No, I said MVP, girl.
Oh, that's right. You did say MVP. You did
But
say MVP.
she big now. So she fought me, I think it was 106 in Golden Gloves, but she's gone up to like 115, 118 in the pros. She's too big now.
Okay.
I'll only fight her if you come back down and weight. You're not about to weight bully me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then you got to worry about her rehydrating.
yeah,
True. You right about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
You right about that. Yeah,
Mm.
it's tricky. That's why I gotta. You see why now I can't take no breaks.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
take breaks. I can't sit and be complacent. Like. everybody just can't, because it might just be something that pops up, and I'm not be ready for it.
Stay
Get,
ready so you ain't got to get ready.
get
Yep.
things better, but exactly when it comes to me, everything is different,
Hmm.
and it
I
is
ain't
what
got
it is.
mine.
I just gotta keep working hard. I don't got no complaints.
Yeah. Got my mind running now. We gonna see what's going on. Got some pressure for sure. Gotta get that debut popping for sure. Well, I want to thank you so much, guys. Both of y'all for stopping by here and chopping it up with us, the good people. Let the people know where they can find you, Sierra. Let them know what you got going on.
Y'all can find me. Y'all can just type my name right there. On Instagram, I'm Premier Global Groovy. You can just type
Mhm.
in on all social media platforms.
Y'all can catch me on all social media platforms. AYYD, a nice, yeah.
Y'all mics are cutting out. Say that one more time. Him, yeah. Say it one more time, Coach. Your mic was cutting in and out.
Y'all can follow me on all social media platforms. AYENYCE. A nice.
Hey, nice. Okay.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate
Of
it.
course.
For
Of
having Teaira.
course.
Yes, thank you so much. This was a great conversation. I like.
Anytime, Tierra, and I'm gonna be in touch with you. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna DM you. We're gonna talk.
All right, bet.
Thank you guys so much.
You.
Thank
Bye, y'all.
you.
Have a good one.
Bye. Ooh, child. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Hold on, y'all. 1 second, please. I've been holding on for quite a minute. I'm sorry. I gotta run to the bathroom. Just give me 1 second, please. Oh, please, oh, please. I'm trying to find something for y'all to at least look at while I go to the bathroom. Oh, you know what? Here, y'all watch my promo video again for my next job. I didn't get a chance to play it before she came on. So just give me 1 second. I thought it was up in here. Ugh. Oh my god, where is the damn? Oh, you know what? The hell with it. I'll be right back, y'all. I am so sorry about that. Y'all mother had to use the bathroom, honey. I don't think I got a chance to finish the news before she popped up. I know y'all just heard me tell her, but yes, Anderson Silva and Chris Wiederman are going to be on the Jake and Tank undercard. Um, I guess this little crossover mess is starting to happen more than we know. Why the hell it's going to be on this undercard? I have no idea. Oshaki Foster and Fulton, they're going to be on the Roach and Pitbull undercard December 6th. It looks like Mr. Antuma. It looks like he's gonna face Cobra Khalid for the WBA regular heavyweight strap. They have 30 days to make a deal, or it's gonna go to purse bid. So I will let y'all know what the hell is going on with all of that. For those of y'all who read my community page, obviously this thing is moving forward. They received a lot of support. The California State Athletic Commission, they unanimously voted past 6-0. So they're now just waiting for the U.S. House of Representatives hearing. The supporters outside of the CASC was Nick Khan. Obviously, we know that fool. John McCarthy, Chris Levin. He's from the UFC. Obviously, there were also people that were not in support of this, but Clearly, not as many people that were in support of this. Um, Danny Garcia's fight is on the 18th. You can watch that on the Millions app. Um, Sharita Metcalf versus Crystal Rosado. Remember, I told y'all that is also on the 18th. She's going through a lot with the IBF right now. I'll probably have to drop a dirty secrets about that. She's got some issues she's going through with the IBF. So when I get a little bit more information from her about that, I will definitely make a video about that. I saw she posted something on Facebook. I just was like, you know what, I'll make a video. And she said, thank you. So I'm going to make the video for her. See what the hell the IBF got going on. They always got some shit going on with these damn sanctioned bodies. But we have so much going on, honey, in this here sport that we call boxing. I wanted to go over last weekend's card. I'm gonna open up the panel because I just miss my peoples, man. And we can go over last week's card. What's next for Boots Ennis? Obviously, we've seen some rather foolishness that Bernie the Boxer and everybody else got going on. So we're gonna definitely get into some of that crap. But y'all make sure y'all smash the like button as y'all come up in the building, please. Whew, that was Teaira Skinner. She is out of Upton Gym now. She's teamed up with Coach Calvin and Kenny. So we just really trying to get her a fight now. She's ready to make her pro debut. We talk about this with a lot of the boxers that are known. They are high risk, low reward for a lot of these fighters. So it is difficult sometimes getting them a fight. It's not that they're not good. It's just the fact that these people that are, starting to make a name for themselves, they may not want such tough opposition this early in their career. That's why I said I'm so glad that some of these other people are leaving and we're getting in a newer crop of, men and women that just want to get in here and scrap. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we can get her a fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm a look maybe a little later on tonight, and I'll see who in that division ain't doing nothing. And we're gonna just start name dropping people. Sometimes you just gotta act a fool. You may not want to, but sometimes we just gotta act a fool. But let's go ahead and get started with the card from last weekend. I did only get to see this fight and maybe the Zaquin Moses fight because obviously we were live, and a little bit of the Derek fight. I believe that's I think my brother told me that's one of Boots' fighters. So I only feel like a little bit of that. I watched the Zaquin Moses fight, and then I watched the Boots fight. So we'll start with Zaquin, right? Like so, who? Zaquin Moses. I like Zaquin. He looks like he's not afraid to engage. He will let his hands go. Obviously, he don't really pack a lot of punch. We kind of know that. Maybe it's a family thing. I don't know. But he seems like he's going to be pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he will be the next mega superstar, but I think he did all right. He needs to refine a little bit more his skills, but he is young, so he does have time to kind of refine those skills and build on top of those. And I'm sure his grandfather, along with his cousin, are providing him with some sort of guidance as he grows and gets older and things like that. But I am in a messy mood. So I want to know what y'all think. Do y'all think Zaquin can beat Carmel Moten? Do we think he could get in there with a Scooter Davis? Because all these guys are roughly around the same age, or possibly a Kid Schofield. All these guys are roughly around the same age. They should be coming up together. They should be circling each other and getting ready to fight. So y'all can drop it in the comments below. Do y'all think that Zay Quinn would be ready for a Carmel Moten? They have roughly around the same number of fights. I believe Carmel Moten only has what, 8, and maybe Zay Quinn has what, like 6, maybe now 7. So they're on the same trajectory. Maybe he's not ready for like an Abdullah Mason, or Schofield. I think has more fights than him, but like I said, they're all roughly around the same age. So do y'all think that Zaquin could get in there with Carmel Moten? I know they fought in the amateurs, if I'm not mistaken. I believe Zaquin won. But we all know that the amateurs is different from the pros. So do y'all think that Zaquin Moses has what it takes to maybe get in the ring with one of these guys? Maybe not now, but sometime in the future. Because I mean, listen, it, we need to start, getting these boys prepared to go up against each other. We shouldn't be having to wait another 5 and 10 years to see this particular fight, especially when they're on the same path. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they roughly have around the same fights, so it really shouldn't be that hard. I mean, Carmel Moten is he's still under Mayweather's tutelage, and I believe Zay Quinn is he with Eddie Hearn or is he with Top Rank? I'm confused. I don't know what's going on with him, but I believe he's one of these promotional companies. But hell, I mean, Mayweather has worked with both of them, so it shouldn't be a difficult thing for him to achieve. You know what I'm saying? If that's a fight, because both of these young men need to get in there. I mean, they're still being developed, but putting some names on their resumes can't hurt unless they're trying to build that into like a super fight way down the line, which is, whatever. Another one of those damn things where it got to develop and run forever until we get tired and forget all about the damn fight and don't want to see the shit no more. And then boom, they're gonna fight. That's usually how things work around here. They made us wait for damn Mayweather and Pacquiao for 162 damn years. I almost didn't even want to see the shit by the time it came on. So who knows? But I do want to talk about Boots' performance. Obviously, we already know, that they wasn't going to really give him his props for his performance last weekend, right? Immediately, it's the who is Usima Lima. This guy hasn't done anything, blah, 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 right? Well, Usima Lima had a record of 14-1. He had never been stopped before. He lost by, what was it? Unanimous, not unanimous decision. I don't even believe. I think it was like a split decision. He lost his one and only fight. Um, the guy can fight. It's just a matter of how Boots maybe makes them look when they get in the ring, which goes back to a conversation that we all previously had of, some of these guys' resumes. Stanionis is going on to win. Karen Chupadazia is going on to win. Um, so we will see as they continue to fight how well those names will age on his resume. And we'll see when Lima comes back how well he goes on to do. But he was a champion nevertheless. So, did he do what he was supposed to do for, whatever it's worth to a guy that maybe shouldn't have been in the ring with him? Absolutely. But not all these fighters can do that. So, you know, I feel like once he hit Lima that first time with that right uppercut, oh my God, that shit was beautiful. But once he hit him the first time with that uppercut, Lima just kind of didn't look like he knew what to do after that. He really didn't look like he, recovered fully. And then the second time when he dropped, he kind of bounced back up like a damn basketball. I saw it in his eyes that he wasn't completely back, so I knew it was only a matter of time. I like the fact that him and Eddie are calling out names. I'm going to talk in a minute about how Eddie looked like he wanted to kiss Boots. He was just so damn excited and happy. But I like the fact that Boots is being more vocal with what he wants to do at 154 and, kind of taking the reins and letting things come out of his own mouth so they're not getting misconstrued with Eddie's words because we all know sometimes Eddie just say things he shouldn't say or his words get misinterpreted. I don't know about y'all, but his accent be throwing me sometimes. But I'm glad that he named those names. Obviously, Oscar De La Hoya was not happy about that. Virgil Ortiz's manager was not happy about that. There's only one man at 154, and that is Virgil Ortiz. So, what do we think is next for Boots? Who do we think is next? Because he obviously is gunning for a championship. So who do we think is next to him? Do we think maybe Abbas Baru is next? Because he got a little belt. He just got he was elevated right after his fight. And Bud vacated the belt. And when he went up to go fight Canelo. So what do we think? I mean, he could take any route that he wants to take, obviously, to get a championship belt. However, this gentleman here has something he had to say about the situation. So I just figure, let's see. Obviously, um, you know, Martadalev, he said if Boots wants to fight, he would not have chosen Lima. Obviously, he heard them mention his name and he was not happy about it. So, again, like I said, it's being discredited. His last performance is being discredited because, Lima was not a household name. Um, so people were just basically saying, whatever, whatever. However, there were a few people that were offered a fight with Jerron Boots Ennis that did not step up to the plate, right? What I hate is when people act like how we got here or why we got here or why we're here is not just as important as to how we got here, right? Like, so for instance, when a lot of people call Jerron Boots Ennis an email champion, right? That's fine. Talk y'all shit, throw y'all shots, whatever. Y'all know me, I like a little messy shit, so I don't really care. However, let's not gloss over why he was an email champion, right? Like, because if you want to say you're email champion, facts are the facts and the facts don't change, right? But why was he an email champion, right? So I think that that's a part of the story that a lot of people conveniently leave out, right? Who got a lot of growing to do? You talking about Zay Quinn? Zay Quinn and Carmel Moulton are roughly around the same age and they've had the same number of fights. So who are you talking about? Has a lot of growing to do. Anyway, um, so why was Boots an email champion? Right? If I'm not mistaken, he was a mandatory for one, maybe two of the top guys at 147 before being emailed his belt. Right? So when y'all, kick his back in and talk about how he's an email champion, just make sure we're stating the facts, guys. So the fact of the matter is, he was Bud Crawford's mandatory. Bud Crawford, for whatever reason, he said he was gonna go up to 154, whatever the case may be. He was supposed to rematch Spence, 147, 154. That fight never happened. He ended up dropping the belt as he normally does, because he doesn't really defend titles. Not a shot, just a fact. And moving on up to 154 to fight Madrimal. So, you know, when we say these things, we just have to put everything into context. He became an email champion because the person who had the belts did not want to fulfill the mandatory, which was him. So that is what I have to say about Jerron Boots Ennis. As far as his performance last week, I ain't got no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, if in fact Lima did not belong in the ring with him, which he proved he did not, then why not get him up out of here earlier? To me, he didn't get enough rounds at 154 as an introductory fight, but he said he felt great. You know what I'm saying? It looks like maybe that power carry, so we're definitely going to see what's going on with him. I'm definitely keeping my eye on him. I believe in Boots, yo. I like Boots and I believe in him, and I believe it's only going to get better. Hopefully, we can get Virgil Ortiz in that ring because let's be honest, Golden Boy has been running a protection program up there, quote unquote, star fighters for quite some time. I'm not saying that Virgil can't fight. I'm just saying, I don't believe that they pressing for this fight like they say they are. That's all I'm gonna say about the situation. There was an opportunity for these gentlemen to fight before. Yes, there was on both ends. The business of boxing simply just not did not align. You know what I'm saying? Let's hope now it does, and we can get them in the ring. Hopefully, Virgil will take care of business on November the 8th against Erickson Lubin, and then we can move forward from there. But he's now, y'all said he never calling out names. He don't say their names. Well, guess what? Now he said all these niggas' names. Now what's up? I heard Bernie, his comments, and I've also heard Bud's comments. The audacity of that Negro. But listen, if it was not for EJ giving Bud his shot, you know, we still would be talking about Bud, who is this kid or, what has he really done? Because to be honest, that is the fight that put him on the map. And EJ didn't have to take, he had something EJ wanted and he knew that, obviously. So, he made him wait for whatever the reason may be. Maybe the business wasn't businessing for Bud at that particular time. But you know what it's like to want to fight and want your shot. So to say that Jerron Boots Ennis hasn't done anything, Miss me with that bullshit. Because y'all resumes read similarly. If we're gonna do that, if we're gonna say it like that, you know what I'm saying? He was your mandatory before. You didn't want to fight him. Now you still don't want to fight him. It is what it is. Dryness can only do what he can do. Fight the guys that want to fight him or that get in the ring with him. So instead of criticizing him, for a Lima fight, how about we congratulate the fact that Lima let his nuts drop and actually got in that ring with him? Because there was a couple of niggas offered to fight with Jerron that didn't take it. You know what I'm saying? There seems to be a lot of that going around here where we holding the fucking A side as hostages, right? There's a lot of hatred and a lot of jealousy swirling the fuck around here. And speaking of hatred and jealousy, what the hell are they talking about? Can somebody explain to me what the hell they're talking about? They're calling for this young man to be stripped of his world title for fighting Jake Paul. Are y'all serious? This is this is nothing but pure jealousy and hatred at its finest, right? Um, he is an elite boxer. Elite boxers typically only fight once or twice a year, right? So if he's stepping away, maybe the last quarter of the year to do an exhibition, well, he's already fought once this year. So under what grounds would you be stripping him anyway? This doesn't make any sense to me. It just seems like a lot of jealousy and a lot of hatred um, going on for the young man. And I don't blame him for wanting to break and wanting to get away from all this goddamn madness. Because some of y'all people just can't make up y'all damn minds one way or the other. You know, is he not fighting nobody? Tank don't care about this. He don't care about that. I seen Clarissa Shields. He's scary. This, that, and third. Like, girl, whatever. I'm not gonna get into all of that bird behavior that she distributes on a daily basis because she has more important things to worry about. Like, is Papoose still seeing Remy? Why don't you go worry about that? But I digress. Now, during that foolishness and madness, I also saw this. So I thought they fight was ready. I thought they fight was I thought they were scheduled to fight. Somebody keep on telling me that Teofimo is fighting Shakur. So why the hell is Tio running around here with a goddamn pole up, asking who the hell he should fight in January? That don't sound like a motherfucker that got that. It don't sound like somebody who got a fight set in stone to me. I mean, Tio is a waste of time for anybody trying to do real boxing at this point in time. I don't know what the hell Teofimo Lopez has got going on. I saw this little back and forth between them. You know, I'm putting you to sleep for all the times you put your fans to sleep with your performances. Sorry, ass motherfucker. I got a new nickname for you, Mr. Sandman. Mm. You've stopped 0 people at 140. Now you're gonna put me to sleep. See if I know you what's up. I hope you sign the contract. See, he's still begging, like he said. So we don't even know if that fight is gonna happen. Whether it happens or not, I really just don't give a damn. I do know that Pacquiao said he's coming back. I'm hearing rumors of Rolly. He's supposed to be back on January 24th. So the fact that he already has a date, we're just waiting for him to announce an opponent. I'm assuming for his upcoming, fight in January. But that is what it is, guys. Like I said, I don't know what's next for Boots. Let him celebrate for a little while, and then we'll get back to the drawing board and see what's going on. But I just wanted to kind of make sure we kept things just in context, right? Because I've been a lot of places here, a lot of people, talking down about Boots and his performance and his opponent and yada yada yada, and calling him names and things like that. And like I said, it is what it is. Everybody has their opinion. Just make sure we keep things in context, guys. If you're gonna call him an email champion, just make sure and remember to state why he was an email champion, right? A lot of y'all won't do that because it'll kill your argument and your bag of hate that y'all like to spew around. Band up, what up with it, baby? Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button when y'all come in the building. Make sure y'all supporting the channel if you can. Band up, you are late. You missed my interview, and I'm glad you late because I don't like when people come in the building late, chat during the interview. That is so good. No, I'm just kidding. I was just talking about Boots' performance last week. I know A lot of y'all probably been kind of everywhere talking about that performance. Um, but I wanted to make sure I addressed what I saw. I was very proud of him. Although if I was in that audience, I'd probably been mad as hell. It took people longer to get there than it took their ass to watch a damn fight. But it is what it is. Um, in that respect, I'm glad that he was able to, get him up out of there, do what he had to do, and now 154 is on notice. That's it. 154 is 100% on notice, and whether you like it or not, he will be. I feel he's gonna reign victorious. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he really will reign victorious at 154, but it's yet to be seen. I know people are like, Boots has a lot to prove. I don't really think so. I think it's a matter of whether or not we get him, the right fight or showcase fight. So yeah, I'll say, or whatever the case may be, to kind of show his skills. But outside of that, I think he's the goods. You know what I'm saying? But who the hell know what's going on, Z1, my boy? What's up with you?
What's up with you, Jab? Nobody clicking the link today. Nobody want to talk boxing, so I said, fuck it,
Oh,
I'll
well,
click the
whatever. That's fine with me,
link.
honey. Whatever, honey. How you
No
doing?
doubt. Fantastic. I'm super proud of Boots too. It's just amazing how much the casual and fake hardcore boxing fan moved the goalposts. Like Bernie the boxer talking about that's something he should have did. He
Hmm.
did what he's supposed to. That shit is wild to me because nobody is supposed to get first round knockouts. I don't care who they're fighting. It's crazy.
Hmm.
It's like they can't give that young man his flowers. They can't just give him respect and keep it moving. It's like you know how the boxing fans are. Though this shit's crazy.
Well,
Shit's
yeah,
super
that's why I wanted to make that point. Like I said, niggas gonna hate. They gonna do what they do. You feel me? But I
facts.
just want to make sure we keeping shit in context. Pulling him an email champ, saying this, saying that. Like y'all acting like Lima was his first option. It wasn't. Y'all niggas is acting like there's not a reason why he is an email champion. Like, just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could pop y'all shit. I ain't mad at y'all. You know what I'm saying? But just
That's
make sure
all.
y'all keep it a buck. What's going on,
Make
Mr.
sure.
Shelton? You don't seem to be connecting, babe. You want to go out and come back? Oh, there you go. Hi, Mr. Shelton.
What up with you,
What's the
Shelton?
word?
What's going on with you, Mr. Shelton? You just getting here?
Great interview too, Jab.
Yeah,
Oh, thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just getting here. I was getting ready for the Steeler game.
Yeah, okay. Well, you got to go back and watch the interview I just did with Teaira Skinner. She's a young woman out of the amateurs. She's looking to
Yeah,
go
you did an
pro.
interview today, huh?
Yeah, I did. I will do. I will actually have another one next week too on my next episode of Next to Chat. We're taking this thing all the way to the top.
Good for you.
Uh,
Let's
thank you.
go, Jab.
Mr. Shelton, what's going on with all of that? You're gonna have to do something with that. But
You got the worst connection ever.
yeah, he got to stop stealing Wi-Fi. But yes, so her name is Teaira Skinner. You guys all make sure y'all go follow Premier Groovy Baby on IG. She's just now, well, I think she's got, I don't want to say signed by Calvin, but now she's at Upton Gym. Refining all of her skills. She is a late bloomer. She, ran into some trouble like a lot of us do as youth. But she's been able to turn it around. You know what I'm saying? She was in the amateurs, and now she's looking to make her pro debut. She is having a hard time getting her first fight because, like we all said, a lot of these people know the people behind the scenes, and they know when you're high risk and low reward. So a lot of them really just
Exactly.
don't want to bet on themselves. But she's young, she's hungry, and she's ready to prove herself. So I am going to take a look at the 105 division, the strawweight division in female boxing, and see what's up. Because I do want to see who's down there and see what the hell they got going on down there. Because it shouldn't be this difficult. There's not a lot of women boxers, bro. So it
No,
shouldn't be
there's
this
not.
difficult
There's
getting
not.
this young woman a fight. So
Yeah.
we're gonna definitely stay on their neck, apply some pressure because we want to see her in the ring. Ring
Yes.
rust is definitely a real thing, and I don't want her. I mean, obviously she's staying ready, she's training, she's doing everything she's supposed to do. Now it's time for us to apply the public pressure and get Teaira a fight. So
Facts.
I am definitely gonna
Facts.
be nosy when I get off of here and start being in people business, and see what kind of shit I can shake up. I
Yeah,
like
that
to
was.
get in some of that good trouble.
Yep. Yep. And that's good for them to get out here. I be begging people on my shit, telling them these fighters to get out here and get your name known, give a couple interviews. It will work wonders for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, for
Growing your
sure, for sure.
profile.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put your name out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, name them names. If we gotta apply public pressure, we gotta apply public pressure. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So definitely gonna get on top of that. I want to see her make her pro debut. You know what I'm saying? I think this young lady has her head on straight, and I want to see what she can do. You know what I'm saying? She ready to get in there. It's just a matter of who ready to get in there with her. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Y'all really about that action, or y'all just talking like y'all about that action?
No, they
But
just
Miss,
talk.
yeah, I know a lot of these people are just talk. But what do you think is next for Jerron Boots Ennis at 154? Who do you think is a good fight for him?
Jab. We were talking about this on Deem's panel today. I'm
Hmm.
worried that the American promoters know exactly where this is going with Boots Ennis and Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn got one. He got a guy that can
Hmm.
sell tickets, fucking make a big time wave in boxing. So I'm worried that the American promoters ain't gonna work with him. So he's gonna have to be prepared to pay some fucking dough to get these guys in the ring. They're all doing a good job talking. They're all acting like they want to fight. I hope the promoters play along, man. I really do because it could snuff out his light if they don't work with him.
And that's a very strong point, and I think that that's what a lot of these guys that are really good are going through, right? Like we talked about this, me and my brother on Read the Room. A lot of these guys are high risk, low reward, so they don't really want to put their fighters in there with them. It's not necessarily the fighters that don't want to get in there. Some of these fighters don't, but it's a lot of these promoters too that know, listen, I put a lot of money in this guy. I'm not ready for him to take his possibly his first loss just yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just hope they'll work with him. I hope they're open to it. Like I know Bob and Xander Zayas probably going to have a tough time coming around to that because you're signing up to get your young prospect or champion now. Zayas is a champion. We got to put that respect on his name. But you know when you get Xander into a boots fight, most likely the odds what's going to happen in that fight, as well as Virgil, Bakram, all these champions. So who I think is next is probably Baru, the Baru guy that just beat Tellez, who is the WBA champion. They just
Yeah,
gave
that's
Boots the
that. That's a
interim.
good fight for him to go after.
Yeah,
That's a good fight for
very
him to
good.
go after.
It's a
But
tough
I'm
fight
glad
too.
that yeah, it is. I'm glad that you mentioned Xander though, right? Because I happened to see, I think it was Jose Benavidez who said, we have to develop Xander and move him along, not strategically, but cautiously and
Why?
accordingly. So that's what I was going to ask you guys, and Mr. Shelton, you can answer after D1. Do y'all think that we should still be babying Xander Zayas even though he is a champion?
No, he's here now. We're here now. You guys busted him out the package, signed him very early. It took him a while to get to championship status, which I'm kind of surprised at that because Top Rank is the company that you go to when you want to become a young champion. They had big time faith in him. They're finally starting to show it. And now that he's a champion, there's no holds bar. We can't be babying shit. He's got to take the big fights. And they're trying to make Baru versus him and unification for Puerto Rico. I don't know where they're at on that because I got banned from Twitter, and that's where all the news and shit comes from. So I can't really
You
check on
got
it.
banned from Twitter.
Yeah,
What
banned
the
for
hell is
good,
going on? What's going
right?
on?
A fucking
What
angry white
happened?
guy, a fighter or something must have reported my shit. They're having trouble like getting back to me. I wrote a whole list, a whole paragraph and shit of why I shouldn't be banned, but somebody reported something I said, and they took me off of there.
They didn't tell you what it was you said.
It
That's
was
what I
my
don't be
third.
liking,
It was
yo.
my third offense. I got timed out
Oh,
for
oh, oh,
7 days,
oh,
2 times. So this is my third time getting timed out for 7 days. So they
oh. So you're a
suspended
repeat
me
offender.
indefinitely.
You're a repeat offender.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
Well,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, come on now,
But
D1. That's
I
that's
think
an
you're gonna
important
give
piece of
it back to
information.
me. I think.
That's an
I
important
think
piece
they're
of
gonna.
information you left out, D1.
So I wanna
It is.
I wanna go back to what you were saying earlier.
Okay.
So you don't believe anything that Ennis said on fight night?
I believe it all.
What you mean?
Well, he said that Xander's that Virgil's next. The fight
So did
signed.
the
Virgil's
zone.
next, right?
So did the zone. But I
That's
just
what
got.
Eddie said, and that's what Boots wants. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's what Oscar's going to allow to happen, because him and who is that, Virgil's trainer, they had a lot to say on Instagram about that whole situation. How
They did.
Eddie never sent a contract, or Eddie be talking out his ass. So who's to say? But I
The
personally
president.
feel like
The
that
president
was
of the
Boots putting
zone.
Eddie on notice too. Like,
He
listen,
is.
nigga,
And
start getting me these fights. Start getting me
well, the
these fights, or we're
president.
gonna have a problem.
The president of the zone said that it's next, and he can't do no capping. He can't get in front of these cameras and tell you whatever the fuck comes to his mind. He's got to tell you the truth,
Yeah, the
and he said
president of the
that's
zone
what's
said
next.
it's next. I mean, the network already paid for it, so it's
So
next.
I'm excited, but I'm like Jab. I gotta hold my reservations because I don't trust Oscar. I just don't. He could be high on
If
Virgil, and I
Oscar gonna
think
be
they
in breach
are.
of contract, then that's on
Yeah,
Oscar. If he gonna
and
do
that's
all
the
that, because
only
he'll be the
thing,
one
though.
that's in breach of contract. But
That's the only
the
thing.
other
When the
dude,
zone says you got to do it, you got to.
the
The
dude from
company has to
Uzbekistan
fund
said he's ready now. You remember that too, right?
Went
I don't
what?
know, but I just know that Murtaza said he had something to say
Yeah,
about
the
getting
dude from
called out by.
Uzbekistan, Murtaza, said he's ready now. He ready right now.
Yeah,
He always,
sure you
yeah,
right.
they all say
Sure
that.
you.
They all say that.
They
But
all say
when
that
he was
shit because
negotiating, like
because he put them in a hot spot.
Well, the
no,
African dude said he want to fight too. The African dude said he
Murtazalia,
want to fight.
yeah,
I don't believe
Murtazalia,
none of these motherfuckers.
or Virgil. I think it's Virgil. But the only thing that can
Virgil's the most money out of all of them. I know that for sure. Virgil's more money than all them dudes.
yeah, but Virgil could take some damage in this Lubin fight. I'm leaning towards
He
Lubin winning.
could. He could. Now that's the question you got to ask yourself. If Virgil gets into a war where he seems to turn every fight he gets into a war,
It
if he
will
turns
turn
his
Yep.
fight
into
into
a
a
war.
war, is he going to take a boots fight coming off of that, or is he going to take a soft touch coming off of that?
They don't call Erickson
Exactly,
Lubin the
Shelton.
hammer. They
Exactly.
don't they don't call Lubin the hammer for no reason. He got punches. That boy is cracking.
But we'll see,
He can
because
take damage in that fight.
we'll see. I mean, I'm going to pull. I'm always going to pull for Lubin. I just want to
Yeah.
see if he can deal with the pressure.
Lubin.
You know what I'm saying? Because they say pressure
Earlier
busts
today
pipes.
they said Lubin said that he ain't gonna fight Boots if he wins. So I don't want him to win. I gotta root for Virgil now because Lubin don't
That's
want
what
the
he
smoke.
said. That's what Lubin said.
Yeah.
Lubin
That's
ducking
what
the
they
smoke.
told me on
Lubin
Beef
ducking.
Channel. Yeah, he said he ain't fighting Boots. He was like adamant about it.
I
That's what they
wonder
said on
why.
Beef's joint in the chat. Shit. I don't know why.
Oh
I
well,
don't know.
Wow. Okay.
I gotta verify that information because I don't know why they would. I don't know why he would say that. He was just
Lubin, he just gave an interview on Fight Height
all right, I'm
today.
gonna look
It
at
dropped.
that. I'm gonna look at
Yeah,
that
me
and see
too.
what's up.
That's what they said in the chat. They said he was adamant about it, and dude paid money to tell us. So I kind of took it as all right. I'll take your word if you paid for it. But you know how these dudes are out here, fucking paid to
Well, like I said, bro,
push that shit.
the dude from Uzbekistan said he ready now, and the African dude
Mhm.
said he ready to fight. So Boots got options.
Should be a quick turnaround. Boots ain't take a motherfucking punch in that fight. Really, he took a nice one when
Yeah.
he cracked dude, but that shit kind of caught Boots. I was like, oh shit, because Lima got a little punch on him. If people do their homework, they would know that. But he cracked Boots, and Boots got him out of there. I was fucking proud of the kid, man. And what he said afterwards, that's what everybody in these social media fucking land wanted Boots to do after he got that win. Start naming names. He named every fucking name. Now it's up to Eddie to get us where we need to be. We gotta have this shit. It's Boots' time. There's no better time than right now. Tank exiting. It's about to be a giant void in this game if Tank decides to take the rest of the year off or whatever he
Yeah,
does after this Jake
yeah.
Paul shit. It's gonna be a big void. What up, Bree?
D Free, what's going on with you, baby?
What's good? What's good?
How you
What's
doing?
up, Free?
I'm good. I'm good. Nah, I came up here because I heard y'all talking about the Boots and Virgil. Um, What it
Yeah.
was, it wasn't an actual contract. Boots signed an agreement to fight Virgil next, and they produced that to Virgil's camp, and that's when Virgil's father came out and said, "Nobody's going to force my son to fight anybody. We fight who we want to fight." So it wasn't an actual contract. It was just an agreement that they was going to fight next after their fight that they had. Boots already had his fight. Virgil got a fight coming up with Lubin, and the agreement was that they was going to fight next. So that's what Boots had signed. He signed an agreement to fight Virgil next.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
definitely the wording of it.
Virgil's father said you ain't gonna tell us who to fight. I did see something like that. You know what's
Yeah,
crazy to me? For all of this, Boots is ducking and this, that, and the third. Why is that the first thing you say? That's what I'm
fact,
talking about,
fact,
yo. This whole
fact.
strategic golden boy facade shit. I'm not buying what Oscar is selling. He's done this too
Yep,
many times because he is down bad, and that's just the nature of it. He's down real bad. He just two of his fighters. He just lost what, two back to back, Ryan and then
yep,
Zepeda. The nigga
yep.
down bad. He gotta
Bad.
preserve what's left of his stars.
That's a fact. 43-0, Jaime Munguia before he got into a big time fight. So that's why I'm scared about this whole Virgil shit. I know I heard the president. I know I heard everything what D Free said. That was exactly how it was. I'm just scared, dude. I think Virgil and them gonna use the excuse. We already wanted to fight him. He didn't want to fight, and that's gonna get them out of this Boots fight that they didn't want to get into for 48 months anyways.
Yeah, I mean, the only way I see that fight happening next, I don't actually see that fight
Me
happening next.
neither, Free.
The only way I see it happening next is if Turkey put up a nice bag for both of these guys to make that fight next. I
Which
think
is
what they're going to
exactly what
do,
his trainer said, or his father. Somebody said that on Instagram. He was like, I mean, unless Turkey wants to put the fight on, but why the hell y'all need Turkey? This is the problem now. This is why we got Turkey, because y'all don't want to do your own damn jobs.
yeah, I
Facts.
mean, because I mean, if you really think about it, Jerome Busan is the WBA interim champion right now. If Virgil get past Erickson Lubin, he will be the WBO interim champion. So they're going to try to have those guys fight for a title, and then
WBC free because that'd
oh
be
yeah, yeah,
WBC because
yeah, WBC, yeah,
Xanders is WBO.
right, WBC. So they're going to have these guys fight for a championship,
Facts.
and then that fight probably can be after that if both these guys win and become a champion. Then it will be a unification, which will make the fight even bigger. So I believe that's what's going to happen next, unless Turkey steps in and say he wants to see this fight and he puts up a bag for both of these guys.
Let's see, like Turkey
For
tells
who
us
free?
got
For
the
hold on.
money, bro.
For who free? Put it back for who?
For both of them, for Boots and Virgil, because
Yeah,
Turkey wants to see that fight. So if Turkey steps in and say, "Hey, I want to put this fight on, and I'm gonna put up the bag for both of these guys," because I
but
mean,
Turkey
Golden Boy works with Turkey and Eddie Hearn works with Turkey, so it's not out of the realm that Turkey could step in and put on the fight for both these guys.
didn't
But that
Turkey
would mean the
tell us.
fight would be in Saudi more than likely, correct?
And
It
it
could
means
it
that
could be,
that shit might be underneath that Zuffa boxing shit too.
yeah,
Turkey just told us he's
it could
only
be.
got 18 months of fucking obligations left, and that was like 8 months ago.
Now let me tell you this. Now this is something I believe. I want to get this out there. People on a Virgil level, on a Boots level, on any level like that, a Xander level, will never see any hide nor hair of Zuffa boxing.
Yeah.
They ain't going nowhere near that shit.
You
That
don't know
Zuffa
that.
boxing shit is gonna be for people like Johnny Rice or like
You don't know that though, bro.
Guido
Yeah,
Vianello, that type dude.
He's
Them
all
dudes
yeah.
will be
for
there.
big time money, bro.
Now they see the way they doing it, like they came out with that pay structure. They're not looking to get these top level fighters. They looking to
They know
get
they can't get them,
upcoming
so
fighters.
that's yeah.
Yeah, they looking to get upcoming fighters because that pay structure, the top level, which is the champion, is getting 750,000. They're not going to
Yep.
be able to get these big name fighters to fight
Nope.
for $750,000. These guys
Well,
are making millions. They're not doing that. So
I,
the
it
way
gives
they
you
looking
guys
at
a
it, I think
gives guys a chance though. I
I
ain't
think they're
mad
gonna
at it.
get
It's more
some of these.
boxing.
I think they might get some people like Saraz, who hasn't fought for a
Mel
lot of
Nicky,
money yet. Yeah, they
Mel
might
Nicky's
you'll
already
get
over
Mel
there, ain't he?
Nicky.
Mount Nikki already
They
owns
got
the
him.
Mhm.
Yankees.
Yeah,
Yeah,
them
You know
type
Mount
dudes.
Nikki's
Yeah,
already
that's
owns
the
the
type
yeah,
of
they
dudes
Yankees.
they gonna get.
yeah, they might get some a guy like Lewis Crocker. They might get some of these low level guys that has a decent name, but they not a huge name. So you'll
Well,
know some of the fighters that's over there because
Crocker
you'll
just sold
recognize some of them.
20,000. They just sold 20,000 tickets in his hometown, so he's probably getting a bump in money. Crocker got a little bit of a following over there, so I don't know about him, but I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, and
I'm not mad at it
I just
though.
threw his name out as an example because they're gonna get some guys that you're gonna
Yeah,
recognize, but they're
yeah,
not gonna be huge names. So that's what they want to do. They
that's a
want to
fact.
build their boxing league off of their own fighters. They're not trying to get these big name fighters because they're not going to get these guys to go ahead and say, okay, I'll fight for 750,000 as a champion when these guys are already making
Yeah,
millions of dollars. They're not doing that.
like Macau Fox type dudes. Them type dudes.
Yeah, because a lot of these guys ain't making what people think they're making. It's the top dogs that can actually got a little bit of a name only get the millions of
Most of these
dollars.
dudes got jobs, man. They work. They work
No
every day.
doubt. No doubt. Real fucking people, man. These people are working hard as shit. And at least that gives more employment in boxing. I hope we can keep it all employed, to be honest. But something's got to give in boxing, man. Our shit's dying fast. There ain't nobody around once football starts. People are gone managing fantasy football teams and shit. It's fucked up, man. We need some
Exactly,
Well, you
action.
got
Ramon.
to remember,
Yep.
Exactly.
D1. Football. You got to remember, football has 3 days in a week. Really,
No
four.
doubt. No doubt, bro.
Thursday, Friday, Thursday,
Yep.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday are football days.
And they all got
4
fantasy
days of the
football
week are
teams, bro.
dedicated to football.
It's fantasy football. It's people are gambling and making money and fucking putting in lineups. I get it, but I don't do that shit, so I don't even pay attention to it anymore. I used to play a little bit of the fantasy football, but nah, fuck that shit. Corny as
See,
hell. The NFL's
Well,
rigged,
football
man.
is king, bro, in America.
It is. It is. It is,
the
bro. And we
and
got
when
something's got to change, bro, for boxing to, or else this shit's gonna die. It's almost dead. It's
yeah,
almost
and
dead.
see, and
This Super Central.
when it comes to boxing,
Go ahead,
anybody
Free.
anybody can sign up and become a boxer. Like you literally
Yep.
can come off the street and sign
Yep.
up and become a pro boxer. In
Yep.
Yep.
I
football,
could get
As
in
long as
there.
you
basketball,
pass the physical.
Major League
Yep.
Baseball, you have to be picked to be a NFL player. You have to be
Yep.
picked to be an NFL, NBA player, a Major League
Yep.
Baseball player. With boxing, anybody can sign up.
Yep.
I can go sign up right now tomorrow and become a pro boxer
And
right
that's
now.
what
Can you
Zuffa's
pass
trying
the
to do.
physical,
Like
Free?
turn it into a league,
Uh,
make these young guys fight to get to the big stages. If that's what their objective is, I'm all for that. Show me these guys fighting it out to get to the fucking big stage. I'll watch it all.
That's the format that they put out to the public. That these guys are going to fight each other, tournament style, and then the winners, whoever
In
becomes champion,
MMA,
will get a shot and fight one of these established guys.
there's no
Supposedly, that's the deal.
there's no real structure in UFC and shit. So if they're trying to do the same thing as they're doing in MMA, yeah, it's more league play, but there's really no structure. Like fucking, you know what I mean? It's just Dana White running the shit, and that's probably what this is going to be too. Same exact thing. And listen, Dana's going to invest money into the overall sport of boxing. That's what he's definitely going to do. He's going to make these other guys do their fucking job. Telling you, man. So I'm straight with it. I ain't mad at all. My shit.
Well, that's why I wanted to make sure that Teaira kind of understood what was happening.
Yeah,
And the more I interview them, the more I'm going to ask them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important for them to understand what's really going on around them. They are the talent.
yep.
Essentially, they hold all the cards. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
think
So,
about someone like her ain't getting fights. Maybe that's Dana White shit. They don't show favoritism. They're not trying to ice nobody out. They'll make the best fights they can possibly make.
mhm.
Maybe this would be an outlet.
And they're going to sign
Yeah,
some
I
women
wouldn't
too.
recommend that. I wouldn't recommend that for anyone who really wants because
I
once they
wouldn't
lock you
either.
in,
But
they lock you in.
I'm just saying, yeah, there's opportunity there. There will be
Yeah.
for the people that can't get none. So maybe that'll
I
be good
mean,
enough.
no, you're right. For the people that are just that's what I was saying, they're gonna probably prey on the ones coming fresh out of the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna want the ones that are not, like you said, making any money just yet, because obviously, that'll entice them fresh out the gate. But those who are smart, what I'm saying, they can really, understand what's going on. They're not gonna
Yep.
go towards that either because they're not building any stars over there. All of y'all are gonna be on the same playing field. Like you said, they may have one or two to entice others to come, but they ain't gonna be no real stars over there. You know what I'm saying? They gonna pimp you out and play you out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I really just
It's an
don't know.
opportunity. At least they'll like Ramon Sefu said in the comments. Zephyr will build a fighter, then sell them, make them go up, come up, fight up all their people for their low fucking pay. Get to the top of that, then you know you're ready for the rest of boxing.
Nah, not. I mean, it. Hopefully that'll play out that way. But shit, they asses will be all beat down by then.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Especially if you taking tough fight after tough fight after tough fight. Like, come on.
I know it'll
Well,
be
some money beats no money, Jab Queen. You ain't make a chip. What choice do you got?
that's what I
Yeah, but
say.
sometimes you
Some
gotta
money
bet
beats
on
no money.
yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because so you're gonna put yourself in a box, a trick bag. Who knows the complexity of that contract? Obviously, they're gonna want to hold you for as long as they possibly can. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to go outside and get another promoter or talk to other promoters. You know what I'm saying? To rival whatever they're trying to pay you. They're putting you essentially in a box.
No, what they're trying to do is get it
Then
amended.
keep doing what you're doing and working and training the way you're doing it. I mean, it's not nobody's holding a gun on their head to go over there. That's what I'm saying. So if you go
No,
over there, you got to understand where you're going and what you're doing.
exactly, exactly. But Dana White is the type of guy. When you lose, he don't throw you away. It puts you right back in the rankings, and you fight your way back to the top. He does it with all these UFC guys, so it's not like you lose and it's over with. That's at
Mm-hmm.
least a good thing. I'm just trying to see more boxing and see our sport fucking grow. It needs something right now. It's fucking dead as a door now. This shit's crazy.
I don't
It's
think it's
super
dead. I
crazy.
mean, it's not definitely not as popular as it once was. But I don't think it's dead. I mean, obviously we're still on.
Close.
We're still here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We still
you're
keeping
right.
it
You're
alive
right. You're
somehow. We
right.
got our hand on the pulse. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I do understand what
Yep.
you're saying. It does need some sort of rejuvenation. I personally just don't think Zuffa boxing is it.
All
That's
right.
just my personal opinion from what I've read and what I understand. And like I said, if Turkey really wanted to invest in the sport of boxing, ain't no way in hell you would have went and got no damn Dana White.
Exactly. But
You
um,
know?
it- it's tough. We're here now. We're gonna get it.
Yeah,
We're
we're
gonna
here
see
now.
how it's
You're
gonna
right.
play.
We're here
We're
now
gonna see it play out. That's for sure.
for
They said
sure.
they got 12 shows for 2026. That's 12 cards of boxers that probably wouldn't have a card to fight on. So
I
I
understand them given the opportunity for
yeah.
sure, but it's just it's like it's almost like they're dangling something in your face, but they're really hiding something. I don't know. I'm just one of those people. Maybe I watch too much damn Dateline in
The
2020. I'm
fucking
just always waiting for the other shoe to drop. You know what I'm
who
saying? It's
fights?
like it's too good to be true, then it probably is, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, it is. It does seem a little too good. Like I'm just gonna wait for it to play out. We gotta see if fighters go over there and fight. Who the fuck am I to tell them they're stupid? I'll tell them that, but we're gonna see it play out. And Ramon says PBC still making money. They're the only ones. And man, talk about bad luck. The whole card fell apart. Wasn't that supposed to be this week?
Yeah, they can't. PBC ain't doing
Yeah.
shit but canceling shows.
Why
Yeah,
didn't
cut it
they
out.
just
What you
fucking?
talking about? The Thurman versus Pandora?
Yeah, they should have left.
The whole
That
card.
wasn't that.
They didn't just.
Hold on. Those fighters moved to other cards. Don't act like
I
that
know they
because
did. They
Pandora
did.
ass got hurt. You know what I'm
But I
saying? That
wish
ain't
they
no
would
got
have
nothing to
just.
do with PBC.
They should have just let Cool Boy and that be the main event.
No, they're gonna be on the undercard of Roach and Pitbulls. Problem solved. Now they
Yeah.
just gotta find a place for Ramos and Shane Mosley Jr. But they're shifting them to other cards throughout the year to end the
No,
quarter
they on
strong.
that card too. I just saw it yesterday. They moved into that card as well.
Okay,
Two
so what's the
fights this
problem
week.
then? The only person that's placed are the people the main event, and that's not
But,
PBC's fault.
that's a fact. It's not. You can't
I
do
don't
nothing
think
about it.
I really don't think the boy. I don't know. I don't know. You think the boy really hurt, or you think he didn't
Hell
like what he
no.
was getting paid?
I think there's no buzz in that fight. Nobody gave a fuck about it. So
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe the ticket sales wasn't what they thought it was.
no, yeah, but hey, it is what it is. Fucking, there'll be another card. Who fights this weekend? I know
This
we got
weekend we
French
got
fighting.
the Danny Garcia card that nobody don't give a good goddamn about.
Oh shit!
Sharita
Ain't
Murphy has
nobody.
Gotta get his
Sharita Murphy has
downloading
fights
app
this
and shit.
week. And then David, what's the boy name? Danny Garcia fights this week. But unfortunately, that last 25th card was our last little hoorah. Now we're just waiting on November 8th. You know, it's some little cards in between there.
What's
I think
November 8th? Who fighting in?
No, I
the
think
Virgil
there's a
Who
Ortiz
card
fighting
on.
on the
and
8th?
Virgil.
There's a card on the zone.
Oh, Virgil and Lubin?
Yeah, babe. Virgil and Lubin. Yeah. Oh, Wardley
That's on
and
the
Parker.
8th?
When are they fighting?
Yeah,
I think
Parker
Wardley
and
and
Wardley.
Parker. Yeah, there
Yep.
you go. They
This
fight next
weekend.
week too, if
Yeah,
I'm not
Woodley and Parker.
mistaken.
That's a good fight.
Wait, is it
That's a
this
good fight. That's a real good fight.
Hold up, I'm looking.
Who you got?
Parker. Wardley Parker is October 25th. It's the
Yep,
18th.
that's next week.
Damn. I thought
Who
this
you got?
was Lubin.
I'm gonna go with
Jeez.
I want to go with Parker.
Damn, November is fire.
Yeah, it
Buatsi
is.
Parker, Ortiz Lubin, Eubank Ben. Then the
Then
ring
you got that
six
fire ass
card.
22nd card. That fire ass
Oh
22nd
yeah,
card.
the ring
So
six
November's
joint.
kind of lit. See, November's kind of
Oh,
lit.
ring four.
Yeah,
That's
we
ring
got
four, right?
yeah, and then December we got the what you call it card,
Oh my God,
the
we're
Pitbull
about to
card. So we good.
destroy. Yeah, no, it's popping in November. I'm just saying, like, as
Oh
far as
wait, isn't I think Amari I think is on that Ortiz card too. Yep, he's on the
oh
Ortiz
yeah,
Lubin card. So
he's a
we
nut.
looking all right.
He's one that might be one of them ones too. That kid can fight.
Amari,
Yeah,
yeah,
but to me, he looks like he got short ass arms. I don't know what it is. It's like he's optically displeasing. I don't know how to say it. He look like he got the old T Rex joints. But they say he got a long. I
but
don't see it.
yeah, you know what? To answer your question, Mr. Shelton, I don't know if Honduras really hurt or not. I mean, I don't think he's afraid of Keith Thurman. I don't know why he would be. Keith
No.
ain't been one time in a long time, so
Oh,
I
he's
don't really
definitely
know.
not
But
afraid. He's not
you
afraid. I
know,
think Fundora beat his ass. That's what Fundora
oh,
thinks.
okay,
No,
Conway on tomorrow. Thank you so much,
yeah,
Marco. Conway versus Lidar
but
is on tomorrow as well. It's a British card.
Marco got the
Yeah,
shoddy in his thumbnail and shit. You think about he got a 12 gauge and shit in his little avatar?
yeah.
Marco?
I don't know what Marco got going on, but so that card is on tomorrow. Listen, yep, it's called improvising. 10-year
Yup,
contracts. Mm.
yup. That's a
I gotta
little,
check
that's
that,
a
Ramon. I don't know if
play.
it's a 10-year contract, but goddamn if it is, Jesus Christ have mercy. If that contract is 10 years. I told you
Yeah,
once they
you'd be
get
goofy to
your
sign that.
name, you
If
might as
it's a
well forget
10-year
it.
deal, you a goofball to sign that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Not in fighting.
You might not even be boxing in 10 years.
There probably health care in that fucking 10 years, I would think.
Now it's all
Oh,
that
he
kind
said
of
that's
shit
his
that you gotta look at.
avatar. That's his avatar.
Oh, shit. My
But
bad.
yeah,
Oh, you play GTA? Marco, I'm gonna find you on there. Stop playing with me.
You be playing
Okay,
GTA?
I'm
I'm
sorry.
too old for that shit.
Shit, not
I
that
stopped
much
oh,
then.
that's
playing.
Friday. Okay. What's that?
Now all I do is watch
Uh,
instead of play video
yeah,
games.
I think you gotta look at the fact that Fundora is a guy that nobody really knows, and then you got Keith Thurman who's fought what 3 times in 7 years, so people have forgot about him. Nobody knows him either.
Stop it. Stop.
His
Yeah, I mean
last fight
that's
was
not
in
true though. That
Australia.
niggas don't know who Fundora is. Fundora name
Yeah,
buzzing.
motherfuckers
If,
know
if not even
Fundora.
for off of his, it's his sister too. You know what I'm saying? Both their names is out there
I
with
mean, we know who he is. We know who he is. I'm talking about the casual people who watch the NBA and NFL. They don't know who that dude is. They have
Yeah.
no idea who that dude is.
Nah, you're right about that. You're for sure right about that.
And
Man,
casuals is the one people hate to admit it, but the casuals are the people that fill up these arenas.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Because most hardcore sit up online talk about boxing all day, don't even go to fights.
Yeah,
Hello.
listen, bro.
Let them
Listen,
know.
bro.
Let them know what it
They're
is,
not
Mr.
after
Shelton.
our dollars. They're after their dollars. They never gave a fuck about
Hmm.
what we're talking about, how crazy we go about nothing. They do not care. They care about the
If
cash.
you have listened to Dana White on 60 Minutes, they asked him about that, and he said the demographic I'm going after is 19 to 35-year-old males.
Yup. The guy
That's
said
Yeah.
what he
already got
wants.
for his MMA shit that he's gonna turn them into hardcore boxing fans. We're gonna be in crazy arguments over fucking dumb shit. Watch.
That's crazy.
Like I be trying to tell all my partners, they don't give a fuck about what our old ass want. We on our way out. They don't care.
Uh-huh.
You over 40,
They
he
ain't
doesn't
never
give a
cared.
shit about what you want.
They ain't never cared about no hardcore boxing person's opinion. They just don't. It's not for them to care about. We're going to always talk. And as long as we're talking, we're promoting, whether we're talking good or bad. You know, Floyd taught us that shit. Just keep
Yeah.
talking. Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely a craft that Bill Haney has perfected.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Bill Haney, obviously we know their fight is also on the end of November card, with a bunch of
Oh,
fire other fights. That I feel like it's not getting enough attention because Bam Bam Rodriguez is also on that card.
listen, that's
Um,
probably the best boxing card ever put together, honestly.
I think so.
All
That's
this
definitely one of the best this year for sure.
Yeah.
For
No,
sure.
it's the best this year. Like what other card rivals it? Maybe back in the
Yeah.
day, Don King joints, but the last one he did with the Better Beef one was pretty good. But this one to
Hmm.
me, because it's got
Takes the
guys that
cake.
yeah,
Sure.
guys
Yep.
that I actually got fucking emotional investments, like you know what I mean, favorite fighters and shit. Benavidez,
Richard Paris, what's up? Y'all make sure y'all smash
uh,
that like button when y'all
Brian
come in the
Norman
building, baby.
and Devin Haney. That's a fight that matters so much to boxing and what we do, YouTube
What
boxing.
does that fight mean to you, though, D1? What does that fight, Haney
It
versus
says
Norman, mean to you, though?
oh, it solidifies Devin if he wins, but how he wins matters to definitely to us hardcore boxing fans. You go out there and run for the hills, and Brian can't cut you off. I mean, I guess you guys can have that, but for me, if he fights classic Devin Haney and somehow pulls out a victory over Brian Norman, it solidifies him. It makes him. You gotta put respect on Devin Haney's name. There's no two ways about it. If you're not, it's because he ran around the ring. But if Brian Norman wins, if definitely solidifies him, that kid is on a tear right now. And I think he is literally see what it is. People think your skills and this, that. When you can punch way harder than everybody else, you don't have to have all these skills and what looks good to the camera. You just have to fucking land a punch. That's it.
You know
Brian
what?
Norman.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people don't like Haney because of Bill, but if Haney goes to a third division, goes straight to a champion and fights a champion in that third division and wins, you ain't gotta like him, but you gotta respect him. You gotta
You
respect him.
got to. Got
Um.
to.
Okay, so neither one of those answers make me horribly nauseous. I can live with that. I can live with that. And you know what? You are both 100% correct.
But
If by some string of the imagination, Devin does win this fight come November 22nd, I definitely will put some respect on his name. At the end of it, after the period and everything like that, I will
fact.
definitely put some respect on your name. It's still, F Bill to the end of time. But I will definitely put some respect on Devin's name. If for some stretch of the imagination, as you said, D1, he pulls this off in at least a decent fashion because
Yeah, it's
running
got to
around
be.
the ring will
That
not
ain't it.
impress me, nor will it do anything for his career or his resume.
Well,
Because as we
he's
saw,
already been told though, Queen. He's already been told in no certain terms. If you do that, you will not win in Saudi Arabia. So don't do that. What you did
Why?
well,
against
that
Ramirez
that
will not get you the victory over
well,
there.
hold on,
It
Mr.
will not.
Shelton. Let me finish. Let me finish. So that's what I mean. Devin is definitely in a trick bag come November 22nd because he is going to have to stand and box. Is that
Yo,
going to be smart? I'm not sure. I know last week
nah,
we had and shout out to Ohio Run Boxing. He said the way to fight a puncher is to kind of smother his punches, which is cool.
it is.
But you also gonna have to be on your A game because if you're not, then some things can happen in there. And I don't really like to talk about power a lot because I know people think when you say, "Oh, this person has power," then all of a sudden, "Oh, you just like the punchers and power ain't everything." That's what a lot of
Yeah.
people with no power usually say. But I will
Yep.
say this, right? Power is not everything. No, it is not, right? However, in order to land that power shot, you have to have some sort of ring IQ. You have to have some sort of footwork to catch a motherfucker to land a punch. So I
Facts.
just hate when they label punchers as just some kind of brute guy that's just punching at the air and happy to get lucky with one landed punch. No, there's a lot more to it. You have to have some sort of skills and you got a little pop behind that punch, which makes you extra dangerous to me.
It
However,
does.
Devin is a really smart boxer.
He is.
He definitely has the potential to outbox Brian Norman, but it's in the fashion that he does it that will really know whether or not I'm going to put respect on his name. Y'all can do whatever you want, but that's going
Yeah.
to tell me whether or not I am going to put respect on Devin's name. This fight is
I
definitely a
I
fight that I
agree.
am interested in. That whole card, like you said, D1 is absolute fire. We have
Fire.
Abdullah Mason. This is going to be the turning point in his career, one way or another.
That's a
It will
fight.
make him a champion and put him in conversations with other champions. If he wins, obviously we're not going to put anything else into the universe. We're just going to leave that. This is
That's
an
that.
opportunity for David Benavidez to prove himself at 175. Although I don't think Anthony Yard has what it takes to do anything with Benavidez, but hell, I could be wrong.
He could
He
get. He
looks
got a
pretty
bunch of
big. He
chance.
looks pretty strong. So we're
Hmm.
gonna definitely see where David Benavidez's boxing skills are at, and how good his chin is, and so on and so on.
Sure.
So this card is definitely a great card, but I am interested mostly in those three fights. Although the Bam Bam Rodriguez fight, I'm here for that shit too. But just
Me
in
too.
terms of like championships and solidifying each person in their division, their new division, because a lot of these guys, isn't this David's first fight at 175?
Yeah. No, second,
Or
third,
second? Okay, second.
third,
Really? Third?
third, third,
Who was
third.
his, who did
Yeah.
he fight?
He had Vosdick, Morel, and now Yardy.
Morel was at 168, I thought.
Nah, 75.
What the?
75.
You
Yep.
sure?
No, when he moved up, Morrell moved up right behind him.
Yeah. Morel
Oh,
moved up,
okay.
had a fight. They both
I don't
had
know why I
fight.
thought it was
Vos,
still at 160,
they,
168. What's up, frequent? Don't come in here irritate my spirit tonight.
You thought he
Who?
was
nah.
still at 168 because of the ass whooping he took.
Well,
Yeah.
well, hold on now, because if I'm being honest, that fight. See, this is what I mean about how you fight will you can gain or lose fans, right? Because that fight made me a fan of David Morrell that night. If we being honest,
I've always been a fan of Morel, but
you
that
know what
was
I'm
a great
saying?
fight. Benavidez won that by a large margin, but the rounds were close. Like Morel was
Yeah,
catching.
we bullied him. I give Morrell credit for having heart and staying in there, but he got bullied that night.
Yeah, he hit Benavidez with that big shot, buckled him. Benavidez kept going, bro. That was a great fight. That was just a flat out great fight. It made a fan out of me for sure of Morel. I liked him before, but he's going against my favorite fighter, so I couldn't do nothing but root against
Who?
him. But watching him go forward and beat the bald head dude from Australia, and now they're probably gonna run it back. So I'm anxious to see what Morel does. It was a great win for Benavidez, and people try to discredit it because it was at 175. Like Morel still ain't Morel. Like that is fucking
Yeah.
stupid. But that's what they do to the talented ones. They rip the credit away. Like they try to act like the
So
guy.
what happened? What happened with the Callum Smith fight, D1?
They couldn't get him in
Is
the
that still
ring.
popping?
Nah, Callum Smith and who? Morel.
Morrell, yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even know they were. Oh, I heard a little bit about it, but
Yeah,
they're
there
they're
was
probably
supposed to be
still in
some sort of
negotiations.
talks and stuff. Yeah. When I hear more, I'll post it on the community page because I'm keeping my eye on that fight as well. To see what's going on with that fight because I want to see Morel back in the ring as well.
Me too.
Isn't Subriel Matias going to be fighting soon too? Isn't he
Yep,
due back in the
yep. He
ring?
should be coming up
So
in the next couple of
Dalton
weeks.
Smith.
Dalton
Yep.
Dalton
Smith,
Smith.
that's right. Yeah, that's
They
right.
lost
Dalton
that
Smith.
purse bid though. Fucking Matias promoter team won the fucking purse bid on Eddie.
Uh,
Oh, so they go
Yeah,
fight.
so
they're gonna
hold
fight in
on.
Puerto Rico.
So they're going to fight in Puerto Rico. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
40's popping, 54's popping. It's about to start. getting some good ass fights because them are two divisions historically that have to fight it out because nobody gives a shit about them because it's the division before 47 and the division before middleweight, a glamour weight. You know what I mean? So the guys that are sitting there trying to hide from the smoke at a weight class they should be at, they got to fight. Historically, 54 been running it. Look at Jamel Charlo's run. Now Boots about to go on a run, and that's a question I got for you. How great of a run would that be at 54 if Boots goes and gets all the belts one
Well,
by one?
that was my question. Do we see reigning supreme at 154?
Boots, I see. Boots is my guy. He's literally like
I think like
I
if the
love
way
Boots.
that Oscar, if I'm
Like the
Oscar
two of
and
his
I'm not
fights.
100% sold on Virgil Ortiz, I'm gonna make him wait. You know, both of y'all. This is my problem though with Virgil. 8 years, you've never been a champion. You like a side baby. You know what I'm saying? You always
Yeah,
had the interim belt. You never fought for a championship. So you know what I'm saying? It's just to me, it's like I'm not really buying what Oscar is selling. Obviously, he's gonna paint him as some dangerous dog. Not to say that Virgil can't fight because he can, but I just don't see him as the danger that everybody else does for Boots.
facts. I don't either. And that's what they're gonna say once Boots dismantles these champions. They're gonna say it was tailor made or whatever the fuck else they say, and it's he's gonna get no credit until he's done with this shit. Just like Roy Jones.
Well, if you go by the eye test, Boots is the goods. Boots got everything that you want in a fighter. You know, to be totally honest with all of y'all, ain't nobody up in 54 really tested.
No, a
We
lot of
seen
them,
Bachman for really one fight,
but no, Bachman's the
Abbas
first
for
one.
one fight. Xander
Bach
just won his belt.
You can't
I
keep
mean,
saying
who's really tested up there? Nobody really.
that's
We don't really know
after
about any of those guys. To be honest,
that's
the most
that's
tested
just
guy, to be
Lamar.
honest, is Fundora. He's the
All
most
right,
tested guy up there.
yeah, Fundora definitely is the most tested guy. So if I'm Boots, I save Fundora for last. I go get Abyss or Murtazaliev, get Virgil after that, Xander if they're willing to play ball, and then Fundora last. That's how I would do it. And if they all haven't been tested, like to me, they one test is good enough. I know where these guys stand, but if you need them to be tested more, they'll test more against each other. You know what I'm saying? They'll be each other's testers. So I'm excited, bro. I can't wait to see Boots go on this run, and I need to hear an announcement or something soon. They shouldn't be taking too much time off, like a week, and then get back to business. Boots is a gym rat. He ain't take a single one or two punches in that fight. Shit, he should be a-okay, ready to turn it and go. Plus, Zayas and Abyss are having problems for their unification. So if they can't make a fight, get Abyss and get your full title. Now you're the WBA champ and start demanding mandatories. If Virgil doesn't work out, though, we'll see. We'll
But see,
see.
that's what I thought that he was gonna do. I wasn't even aware that they done went behind his back and made this goddamn Abyss and Xander fight. You know what I'm saying? I guess they're looking at Abyss like food and trying to get that belt up off of him, which is like whatever. But
So
um, I feel like I don't want Boots sitting off on the shelf, and I definitely don't want him in another like who the hell is this guy type of fight. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
no,
Because
me too.
that's what everybody's big issue is with him. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
if it's
saying?
not a champ next, they put their foot in their mouth. It's got to be a champion next. They can't come out here with no
But
bullshit
Mercedes
guy.
said he ready, so we gonna see.
Yep,
We gonna see what he really talking
yep.
about. One thing I can't stand though is when these MFs be running around here talking about they ready, then everybody turning to Elon Musk when it comes to fighting. Oh, that ain't enough money, or this, that, and the third. Like, come on,
No
bro.
doubt, Taylor. No doubt. No doubt. Look at
You know
Too
what I'm
Rich.
saying?
Can't
So
take it. Too rich mad. Can't take it because fucking Terrence Crawford's legacy is going to be getting ran down on one belt at a time and actually going on undisputed runs that look like some.
you know what? Too rich needs to sit down.
Salute
But
Too Rich. Motherfucker was
here's my issue with the whole situation with Boots and and um and Crawford, right?
I
So,
wish we knew.
like I said earlier, everyone wants to say that Boots is an email champion. Just let's not leave out why he's an email champion. If you're gonna talk trash about him, make
Facts,
sure you
yeah.
put all the how you put all the context around it. He's an email champion because
Yeah.
dot. You know what I'm
Dot,
saying?
dot,
And
dot.
then
Exactly.
let's go ahead and make sure we putting all the shit on the table if we're gonna talk trash. I don't got
Facts.
a problem with a little bit of hate. Just make sure you putting some facts in that shit. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand this. See, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, I thought that was Boots can go get the Pakistani, if not Ortiz. See, this is what I don't understand. Everybody wants him to fight Virgil. Virgil ain't no fucking champion.
He's
You know
not.
what I'm saying?
Well,
So why y'all want him to fight this side baby? He wants to
and
be a
listen,
champion. Fighting Virgil outside of a name does not get him closer to his damn goals.
yes, I think like see what I think's happening. That's why Fundora and them canceled this fight. He got injured. Let's say he's injured. Okay.
Fake
Well,
injury, okay.
that fight, him and Ortiz after this Lubin fight would make a lot of sense. And then
Yeah.
Boots let these other two unify and then snatch the winner of that, and then the winners of those two fights, which we hope it's Boots and Virgil. Then Virgil got the last piece to undisputed. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes the boxing sense to me. If that's what was to happen, but we're kind of in limbo here. I hope that's not what happened, but
Yeah. Virgil and Boots may be good money, possibly because it's different demographics. So I get it from that particular standpoint.
yeah,
But
yeah,
in the realm of what Boots is trying to do in his career, if he fights Virgil, it'll only be because everybody keeps calling Virgil name like Virgil some fucking boogeyman. But outside of that, he gets nothing out of fighting Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz is a
nothing.
goddamn interim champ.
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Unify interims?
You know
They're
what I'm
gonna have a
saying? That's what I'm talking about.
WBA,
This side nigga
WBC,
baby
you know?
shit. Here we go with they side baby belts. You know what I'm saying? With these
Yeah.
interim belts and shit.
And
So
listen, the WBA just eliminated the fucking interim in their last belt consolidation. Now they bring it
good.
back like we don't have no brains. Like we're not paying attention. It's like, what the
Listen,
fuck? WBA, the interim, where the fuck? Why did Boots have to fight for interim? The IBO was on the line. Like you didn't have to fucking. But that I think the play is because they're not going to want to fight Boots, so you got to get him in position to get the title shots because they'll act like he's not there, Chad. They'll
yeah,
try.
like they've been doing. You feel me? So I mean, and nobody's a fool. I don't know what
Nobody.
Oscar think he's doing or who he think he's fooling, but it sure as hell ain't me. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
So we'll see what's up. We gonna see what's up, but
Yeah.
outside of that,
I'm proud
man,
of Boots
I just
though.
don't know. We waiting to see what's going on with these fights, and we're gonna keep it moving from there. That's it, and that's
Yeah.
all.
Yep.
That's
Boots
it,
is
and
the
that's
fourth
all.
generation. Ennis, I'm proud of that kid. I've been to
I
two of
am
his fights.
too.
I
I am
rock with
too.
that dude for real. So the shit that these people fucking say on the internet, it's just wild to me.
Well, they're
Because
about
we,
to do
we
it.
all see the same shit. We all can see who's probably the next guy, and now it's gonna be the internet fucking dragging, the smear campaigns and shit, trying to dust snuff this kid's light out, bro. It's sad.
Mhm.
It's sad, and I think that's part of the reason we get held back a lot. Boxing fans fucking can't give nobody no credit, no time. It's weird to me. It's like I want to give all these guys credit, all of them. They all. It's the hardest sport in the world to be in, succeed at. All of that shit. Fighting is different, man. These guys deserve to be praised, all of them. And if you don't like a certain guy, fucking fight with his fans all day. That's cool. That's what we're all here to do. But I'm just saying, every boxing fan should give these guys some sort of credit. They deserve it. They've earned it, not fucking slander the dude and rip credit away every time. Like Tank is the worst case I've ever seen of hate. Like they can't stand that little guy. It's fucking bizarre, and it makes me go to bat for him more when I see these people hating all the fucking time. It's crazy. Like we all wanted somebody to knock Jake Paul the fuck out. Every hardcore boxing fan everywhere in every part of the world screaming to get Jake knocked out. Now Tank is the first legitimate active boxer signed up to do that, and we're acting like that's not what we wanted. Crazy
I
shit.
find it funny because where was the outrage when I think wasn't he about to fight AJ? Ain't nobody
Yeah.
give a damn that AJ was about to fight J Cole, and he's an
Nope.
active boxer. He could be fighting other real boxers. Ain't nobody give a damn about that. But don't nobody want to talk about
That
that, honey. Don't
no,
nobody want
they
to talk
don't.
about that.
That's crazy. And I just made a short today and said, like, we need to go back to wanting Jake knocked out. I thought that's where we're all at. And now all of a sudden, because of who it is fighting him, it's bullshit. It's fake. It's a wrestling match. The fucking all the bullshit coming out behind that. It's crazy to me. I
Well, they
want Jake
stupid.
knocked out. I hope Tank can actually hurt him because
Yeah,
I'm
that's
worried
that's
about
one of
him.
my
And
concerns.
it
Because you
just
know
strikes
what,
me.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
worried
concern
Jake
with that
gonna
because
come
that's
out here.
his choice. You feel me?
I hope it's a sparring match. I really do. I hope they got a waiver signed, no fucking knockouts. Because if Jake comes out here and throws caution to the wind jab and just starts fighting, how's a little fucking 135-pound dude gonna fight off a 200-pound man? That actually takes this shit serious. Tank's real fast. He's way faster than him. Should be in and out on him, tagging his ass up. But I'm saying, like, when you say fuck boxing, fuck the footwork, fuck all that, and we just turn it into a fight, it's dangerous. And once you say it's dangerous, and once you admit it's dangerous, you got to add credence to that because fighters in a dangerous fight is all we want. A fight that's perceived to be dangerous or competitive. This is that. That's why they're doing their best to shit all over this and act like it's some fucking fake wrestling match because if it's anything but that, you have to add credence. And they don't want to do that.
Mm.
What up,
Cam,
Cam?
what's up, my brother?
Yo, what's poppin', family? What's
What,
poppin'?
What's up
what's
with
up
Man,
you,
with
brother?
you?
hey, man. This man, Oscar De La Hoya, just
Is a
did a
hoe.
clapback Thursday.
Oh, I gotta
Did
watch
he?
it.
He just cooked.
I
Oh
didn't
my
see it.
God.
I
Oh
didn't see it.
my
Let me
God.
go. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna bring it up right now. Let me go.
Yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it's on
Yeah,
his
let's
IG.
get it.
Yeah, I went straight to Instagram. You know it. Look, the first thing that pop up is Oscars Throwback Thursday. Hold on, y'all.
Yo, that's
I'm gonna share
crazy
the
work.
screen.
They're
We're gonna react
listening.
to this live.
Hey,
That
man,
Oh
that is
my
Oscar a
goodness.
fool, man. I love
I
this
love the
Oscar. Oscar in
throwback.
his bag popping his he popping his truth now, man.
Here we go. Here we go.
What does he call it?
So
Clapback.
something happened yesterday that the entire boxing community is questioning. The California State Athletic Commission held an under-the-radar hearing in which they voted to approve the proposed changes to the Muhammad Ali Act.
Oh my god.
TKO has been begging for these changes so they can fuck fighters over with their new league. Fighters and managers called into the first hearing back in September and expressed major concern about the changes being made to the act. So the commission said they would discuss it further in December. But suddenly, they voted and approved it yesterday,
What?
ignoring all public voices. I am so disappointed in them. It looks like MMA Players Association is so outraged that they're going to sue over this shady behavior, according to their comments on Twitter. Now, this is the same group who won a $375 million previous suit against the UFC for treating the fighters like shit. I mean, no other promoter has tried to change this act because there's no reason to. We believe in fair business. But you have these TKO scumbags who need it to change. I mean, look at their plans. Dana said openly that they will be honoring one belt, their own belt. They want to eliminate all other belts, the rich boxing history that comes along with the entire sport. They want to change the size and shape of the ring with their own rules. What the fuck is next? Tigers and lions chained to the fucking canvas?
Oh man.
I mean, Dana, look, he'll go to his buddy, President Trump, and have him push these changes to the Ali Act through. So much for the American way and the First Amendment. I guess it doesn't apply here. This is a huge red flag for fighters and managers because the writing is on the wall. TKO is actively changing legislation so they can openly fuck fighters over. Fighters will be stuck in a dictatorship with no voices or rights as TKO takes all your money, just like the UFC has done. So Dana, you don't know shit about boxing. You don't give a shit about our history. You give less of a shit about the fighters. Your tiny t-shirt looks like shit, and everyone thinks you're a piece of shit. So Dana, fuck you. Now remember, kids, you're never a hater, if you only speak the facts.
You know what I
Well,
noticed?
well, well.
My boy, he ain't do no editing on that one. He
No,
just
that's
wanted to speak
exactly what
his.
I was just about
He
to
wanted to
say, Cam.
get straight to the business, which is
Yep,
I loved it. I loved
I
it.
respect it. That's it. Hey,
So a few things, right? Like Oscar, first of all, he capping because they definitely be trying to fuck niggas over too. Um,
yep,
but this is what I've been talking about for a while now, guys. I made the Ali Loop Act video. I just did a dirty secret on Saudi boxing taking over. So the breadcrumbs have
you've been
already
told us
always been
all
there.
of that.
It's just you got to pay attention to what's going on, and he is correct because I have their next meeting. I believe it's not until supposedly next month. I had it like on a calendar, bro. And then when I saw that they did this yesterday, I knew this because I don't know if I said this before. I said when people have such public outrage, what they do, and this is all politics, what they do is they give it some time, let it die down, and then they sneak
Yep,
and do a committee meeting at 3 in the morning at night where no one is there to, what I'm saying, confront them or to give any pushback to the shit that they're trying to do. The fact
Right.
that they
I
passed this
remember you
six to
saying that.
zero lets you know. The fact that they passed this shit 6-0 lets you know this was strategic, this was
Yeah,
planned, and they did
it's a
it. Boom,
yep.
boom, and
They're
now just
carrying
announced
this
it. They
out.
don't really care
It
about the
still got to
public. They
pass
don't
through the
care.
White House, but
No,
Yeah, it
the
definitely
White
still
House
has to
wants to
pass through the
pass
White
too.
House.
They want it
This
passed
is
too.
all Donald Trump. This is all Donald Trump. All this
Yep.
Dana White and his buddy Donald Trump. Donald Trump does whatever for his friends, bro. He don't
This
really
is
care
this
about this
is
damn
this is get
country.
down or lay down. This ain't what people think it is.
Absolutely. They
them
on their
boys
state
spending
property
money
is.
and
Yeah.
Get down or
everything.
lay
This
down.
shit
Yep.
dirty,
Yep.
bro. That's why I
Super
keep
dirty.
telling y'all this is the
But
dirtiest
boxing is
sport,
dirty as
man.
fuck, bro.
This
Boxing
the
been dirty.
dirtiest
So
sport
if you can't
in the
Boxing's
beat them,
dirty
world,
join
bro.
them.
secrets.
In the
Boxing's
world.
dirty
Yes.
secrets, baby.
I love them videos, Ty. I love that shit.
Boxing's dirty secrets.
This is the
Yikes, oh
dirtiest sport
yikes.
in the world, man. Them boys is in the
Hmm.
pocket. They done went ahead and gave that bag to the California State Athletic Commission. Like, hey, meeting in the morning, nobody
Yep.
there. Pass it.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
was 6-0 votes. They cleared
Six.
it. Six
Oh.
zero. Nobody gave pushback on it. 6-0 votes.
They were like, "Where do you want me to sign?"
And now all of that money is headed towards the White House now, just to
Yeah.
pass this thing.
Oh, you know
Yep.
it. You know it.
'Cause
You know it.
boxing
You
is
know
the
it. You
last
know it.
sport that no, they don't like. There's no governing bodies. The sanctioning bodies are there, but there's four different of them. The mob built this shit to what it is today.
So at the end of the
This
day,
is
what you're saying,
America's.
P1, is that this is the sport that the government don't have their hands
Yeah,
in.
so
That's
this is what they're
basically it.
doing. It's not. Oh, you got a choice. We'll take it from here. This is
Yep.
enough is enough. That's what they're doing. They're
This is
fucking sticking their
craziness.
long arm of the law right into here. We're gonna fucking reap all the benefits because boxing deserves to be fucking top dog, and these promoters fucked us over so long that we're behind 16 paywalls and 3 pay-per-views just to be a boxing fan. It's crazy. I
Man,
don't know how this happened. Like the fights were really that hard to make. But so hopefully, what's going to happen here is the rest of boxing is going to start putting on fights. They're going to
bro,
start
this
giving us what
making
we want.
boxing, bro. They making
DAZN giving
boxing
us
shitty
Boots and
with this,
Ortiz.
bro.
Hopefully, this what it does. It makes everybody fight and everybody come together
They
and
make
say, "Fuck
they making the
promoters,
game shitty,
fuck."
bro.
Yeah, but listen. Hopefully, it makes them work. It makes them say,
Yeah,
like
they got
Turkey
they don't
coming.
got no choice. You already
Yeah,
seen PBC and Top Rank.
But see, this is.
They
But see,
already
I've
got
said
their
this
T leagues.
before. I've already said this before. This is this. They did this. They did
they
this, bro,
did.
by not doing their
They
damn
did.
jobs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. They the problem. They the problem,
Yeah,
and the
and now
sanctioning
they gotta
body's the
try to
problem
bail
too.
themselves out.
Even
You gotta
add
try to
contacts, even the sanctioning bodies, they the issue as well.
Absolutely.
They
Absolutely.
definitely is working with the promotional companies and stuff like WBO. Like WBO got Keyshawn at number 1 right now, bro. He ain't even fought at 140. Just got stripped at his title at 135.
And
Like
got the nigga at number 1.
like
Like
that
some
type
of
of
the
shit
goofy
right
nigga
there.
shit.
That's
Yep.
the shit that
Yep.
they be that. That's what
Yep.
TKO is arguing about right there. That type of shit.
yeah,
Like
but
they arguing
I,
against that type of
I
shit.
kind of agree with Keyshawn being number 1 because who the fuck's beating Keyshawn? But I hear most of the
Shit, I
time it
think
goes
Frank could beat him.
yeah, Frank actually. That's what I'm saying. We got to see Frank fight, but
He was
Keyshawn's
supposed to be on this
definitely a
other
top
card.
five.
This is another thing that I want people to understand, right?
Why?
Like,
Where's Frank
so
ranked
when
at?
y'all say Frank ain't, where the hell's Frank? Frank has been on several cards, or supposed to have been on several cards,
Yes,
but due to the fact that things kept getting pushed back, his fights have been getting pushed back through no faults of his own. He's trying to fight. He has to be put
damn
on a
man.
card. That's the
Yeah,
last fight that we haven't heard if he was moved to another card, because he was also on that October 25th card.
yeah, he on
So
the
the next
prelims for.
PBC card we get is December 6th.
Yeah, he gonna be on the he's still gonna main event the prelims for Pitbull and
Okay,
Roach.
good. Okay, good.
Wow,
Okay, good. Long as
wow,
he
wow,
active, bro.
wow.
So my what was he
They
active?
disrespecting him. Yeah,
Tank
long as he getting
the
active.
last time.
I mean,
Tank
the
fight is the
thing
last
is
time.
with Frank, I mean, he took that little time off, enjoyed his fruits of labor,
Got money,
and yeah, I mean, he took his little, he
cash
bought a
and
couple
checks.
cars, bought, what I'm saying, he enjoyed his fruits. You know what I mean? And now
Yeah.
he
As
ready
he
to get back
should.
to
No,
business.
hold on,
Same shit
because
I'd
he
have been
he
doing.
got knocked out. So when you're knocked out, aren't you mandatory suspended for like
Yeah,
six
no.
months?
Yeah, you
Hey,
gotta
hey,
take some time. Take it. I like if I get knocked out like that, I would take at least 6 months. Like bare minimum, just go off to an island somewhere and drink fucking umbrella style drinks all day every day and just unwind and relax. Make sure you stay in some little shape, but get the fuck up out of here and relax and let your mind heal, your body heal. Don't look at social media. That's what I would do. So Frank took it's probably been like 18 months. It'll be like eight to how long will it be before you got back in the ring? When was the tank fight? That was
What was
Tank
it?
fight.
Last the 23rd, 2023. It was like June
November.
of 2023. Was it?
Yeah, this we're
Yep.
It was like
2025.
June or some
No, it
shit.
was last year. It was last year in 2024.
Was
Was
it?
it? Yeah, June 7th.
Yeah,
Oh
I think
yeah.
around
Yep.
Juneteenth. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay,
Yep.
that's right.
Yep. All right, so it'll be a
2024.
little bit. It'll be some
Yeah.
time, but
So it's been a year.
hey, and
So
he's
maybe
coming
extra
back
six
with a
months. But
guy
he
that
was he was looking to
nobody
get
looks
back in the
good
ring. He was
against.
supposed to be on the first Tank and Roach undercard.
He was. He was.
So it ain't
Yeah.
like this is his fault. You know what I'm saying? The nigga been
Nah,
trying to get
it's
back in the ring.
business of boxing. Shit.
Yeah.
But he's fighting a guy that don't nobody ever look good against. I don't know if I like the
Yeah,
fight, but
Francis
hopefully Frank.
Bartholomew.
Yeah, Bartholomew don't never make nobody look good. They actually look like shit when they fight him. So if Frank can overcome that and knock dude out or beat his ass, Frank's stock could go through the roof. Like he needs more activity.
Mm.
Yeah, he
That's where Eddie Hearn keeps his guys active. At least they're gonna fight. You go to Matchroom, you're gonna get some dates. The zone gonna keep you gainfully employed, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
why I
against
think
who.
with Frank, he'll be straight once he get this little fight in right here. Get your win back there. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, they put him on one of these, first quarter cards that PBC got going on. PBC trying to they trying to stay active as much as they can. It's just with you got certain shit that be happening, like that little hand injury. Even though of course, a lot of people don't believe the hand injury is 100% authentic, but you do
Yeah,
do as you please with it. But
I'm one of
but say
them.
the same time, like I mean, PBC trying to. I think they're trying to get another network too, along with Top Rank. You know what I mean? I think
yeah.
they
The
both working
the
together. So
terrestrial
'cause they
TV deal that we were hearing all about, I think that they could be partnering up. They really could be, but we'll have to wait and see,
they
man.
they need. I think with all of these guys like. Golden Boy need to be getting in the fold, working with PBC and Top Rank. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like the people don't even read the room that and
Well,
understand
remember,
100%
didn't
why this Tank and Jake fight is happening.
well
Like
didn't Golden
like
Boy just say
everybody forget Jake Paul had that after that whole stint with Canelo happened. You know what I mean? That man said, I'm gonna make a fight that's bigger than yours. You know what I mean? And
and he
I
did.
just see like Jake and Al Heyman, they both working together among this to
MVP
to
quietly.
smash out Turkey on this on that aspect. Like it's so many different aspects you can go with it for real. Like it just like I think these
MVP
promotional
quietly
companies
putting on
definitely got to
great
work
shit.
together. They got to work
What
together.
them prospect cards are fantastic. MVP just over here behind the scenes. Everybody else talking shit. talking about everything else. They're just putting on prospect card after prospect card, and they're fantastic fights. MVP growing like a mug, bro. So,
Yeah,
and
I,
Jake
and
got
I
money.
say I wouldn't
Jake
even
in
be
it for the
mad at
long haul.
like we know some of the promotional companies they be working with top rank and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I mean like my bad working with like Pro Box and OT like I some of these guys
Probox
got to
and Al
work a little
Heyman
bit
work
more with
together.
some of them saying the smaller companies as well.
Yeah.
We gotta they gotta elevate and and keep this shit rolling. You know what I mean on their end.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think that's
Well,
very important what you just said,
Golden Boy
bro. Like
just said, Golden Boy
they need to
PBC,
all work
big
together.
business.
That's
I
what they
think
should have been
Golden
doing.
Boy, Golden Boy and PBC said they were working together. They said that, remember Oscar on Twitter not too long ago? I don't even know if we got the big PBC versus Golden Boy news. Who was it
Yeah,
supposed to be?
yeah. They postponed that little situation, but I mean
Yeah, they'll get it.
but just to know the fact
Prepared to
that
work together.
they know what's up too. So I mean,
Yep.
Oscar know
MVP
what's
will
up.
work with
They got
Al
it's
because
time
he
for them
just
to do
had
their
to Les.
job now. Like Sis
Yep.
said, it's time for them to
That's
do
what
their
I
damn
said, bro.
job.
They're gonna have to do their job now because they know what these guys are gonna do. They're gonna fucking act like they're putting on best versus the best and get across to the casual boxing fan. So real boxing, like Eddie Hearn said, we gotta put on the actual best fights. We gotta forget about this stupid grudges and shit that they got and put on the best fights for the boxing fan. We need to have it. Like it's been bullshit long enough, man. Two guys
I
want to
agree.
fight, no matter who they fight for, should be able to fight. That's it, bro. It shouldn't be no bullshit. Shouldn't be no guys extorting Eddie Hearn for a fucking shot at Boots. Don't you guys want to be great too? Like, come on, man.
Talk
We
about it.
gotta
See,
I've
my
fucking
said
thing
that
start
with
a
putting on
thousand
fights.
Eddie
times.
Hearn, he done signed over. He just gave more stake to the Saudis for Matchroom. Like he ain't making nothing
No,
no
no.
better.
No, no, he sold 40% to DAZN, but
That's
DAZN buying it.
nasty.
That means they got more of a say over Eddie's stable. That means that they it went because DAZN wants to give you and I the best fights they possibly can give us. They don't. They gotta grow their platform too. Remember, bro.
Right.
So they're trying to get the two best guys in the ring that they can get in the ring to make the most money that screams loudest to the fans. So to me, the zone owning 40% of them guys, it just says that they got more of a say with their stable, and Eddie Hearn might be trying to fucking not do as much. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's a good thing, but one thing's for sure, they got to do something. We got to have fights. Boxing needs to grow ASAP. PBC doing a great job, but they're very inconsistent as of late. And I know shit happens, but they should be having more than one card a month. If you ask me, they got too many fighters. They got the
Yeah.
largest fighters stable in boxing. So these guys got to fight somewhere. And I think 2026, when Top Rank announces their deal, we're boxing about to go up, about to get back onto regular TV as well. So I hope these guys all know it's time to go. Time to start doing your job.
Man, now you gotta turn it up.
Mhm.
I would love for if like PBC was to stay active at least once a month, man. I agree with you. They definitely should be active at least once a month.
At least, bro. It should be more
Every
than once
card
a
don't
month.
got. I mean, I understand with PBC, like they're trying to profit as much as possible, so
Profit.
they don't
Yeah.
want to put on nothing that they don't feel like it's not gonna profit.
And I get it. They're the big leagues, so put on the big league fights. But so to be the big leagues, you got to be open to work with everybody
And that's
because
100% correct.
some
But
of your guys' best fights are over there, and some of the, you know what I'm saying, vice versa. So they got to be able to work with everybody, and I
I
think
think
they
that
are.
they've proven that they've
They are.
tried to work with everybody. They've sent
No, no.
their fighters have been on the cards with Turkey and stuff. So I don't really think that that's necessarily their problem. I think maybe it's the treatment of their fighters when they're on those cards, maybe, and maybe Al Heyman he'll let his fighters go over there. I mean David Benavidez is over there right now, so I don't think that he necessarily has a problem with that. I think it's how these other guys conduct business that he may have a problem with.
Facts.
Facts.
They gotta.
They got to figure it out. However you want to dress it up, they got to figure that shit out. But I
Gone
mean,
too
like
fast.
we here doing our part. We try to keep hope alive. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah,
So
we're doing our part for sure. We're out here
that's
every single
definitely
day
all
talking
that.
our
You
shit.
know what I'm saying? But
Gotta put on more
final
cards
thoughts,
for
y'all. D1
shit,
final
Jab.
thoughts.
Thanks for having me, Jab. It was a pleasure. Great interview. Great show. The pleasure was mine. Thank you.
Always
Facts.
D1, always my boy. Cam, my brother. Final
Oh
thoughts,
man.
Papa.
I wanted to go ahead and let you know, sis, you did an amazing job. You was comfortable. You was in your bag up there during the
Oh, thank
interview.
you. Thank you.
I enjoyed Tierra for sure. It was definitely amazing just to hear her story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
How
sure.
she came out of it. She was in jail at one point, got out of jail, got
Yes.
into,
Yes, Lord.
getting in, into her bag in the boxing game and everything. And she fishing for that first professional fight now. So definitely a
Absolutely.
beautiful interview. I rock with it heavy.
Thank you.
Definitely
Thank you.
made me a fan of her. I'm following her on now on IG,
Mhm.
so I'm gonna definitely be following her journey now. And that's the beauty part about some of those interviews with certain people that I like to call them conversations, honestly. But it was like a conversation to
Yep.
me. Like I was vibing very well. You know what I mean? For a whole hour. She was on her and the coach was on there, you know what I mean? Vibing. Got to talking about other stuff within the sport and everything. So it was definitely a vibe for sure. And I'm definitely proud of your sis. That was another banger right
Thank
there.
you. Thank you. And I
And
think my first episode of Next to Job was a success. For sure.
absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely, it was amazing. And
Thank
the
you.
thing is, had these particular conversations with whether it's a prospect or an amateur stuff within the sport, what I'm saying, that it allows them to a whole new fan base, and we get to
Absolutely.
see these guys, and we end up we end up started following their journey and seeing what they got going. You know what I mean,
Absolutely.
that's the
Get
beauty
invested in the
part about it.
people.
So
Get invested in the people. You know what I'm saying? And
absolutely.
that's really it for me. Because I enjoy watching the fights, but I also want to know who you are as a person. Because although I enjoy Mayweather in the ring, I think I step on Mayweather big toe if I ever seen him in person. He just seems like an asshole. And had I known that, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying, before I was like the hugest boxing fan, I might not have invested in him as a boxer. That's just being honest. I
Facts.
like to get to know people. I like to know who I'm spending my money on. You know what I'm saying? That's with everything in life. That's why I wish that some of these, members of Congress would come from up under that sheet. I want to know if you my damn lawyer, my doctor, my dentist. I want to know. You know what I'm saying? But
Facts.
it's great for us to get invested, and I will be asking them more questions about this dude for boxing league because if they are not aware, I want to make them aware. You know what I'm saying? Of what's really going on in the state of boxing. She seems to be very well versed in the business of boxing, and that can also come because she is now at Upton Gym with Calvin Ford and them, and Calvin's going to teach them the business too. So I think it's amazing what she got going on, and I'm about to be nosy, and I'm gonna go look at see what I can find in her strawweight division, see what's popping. You know what I'm saying? We need to get
Absolutely.
homegirl. We need to get homegirl a debut fight. So that is my next
For
mission.
real.
Yep,
For
for
real,
sure.
sis. It was a good one, sis, man.
Thank you. I
Definitely.
appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. I
All right,
appreciate you. I
sis.
appreciate you. I will have you soon, my brother. Thank you so much for coming up. Well, guys, that was our very first episode of Next to Jab. I think it was a success. That interview was, conversation was amazing for sure. Teaira is definitely a special talent. She's a special young lady. Unfortunately for her, she's high risk and low reward at this point in her career, but we are going to stay on it. And we are going to follow her through her debut all the way up until hopefully her championship. Next week, we have our next young man on Next to Jab. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You have to watch the video. The video will definitely be dropping sometime over the weekend because we will be live early next week and our regular days. Mother is very busy trying to bring y'all just the best content I possibly can. We working, we moving. Next stop is our press pass and then these fights so we can get in their ass. Because mother don't only want to talk about them, she want to talk to them. Y'all have a great night. Happy Thursday, guys. And I will see you next time. Stay tuned for the videos. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I was prepping for my conversation today and I did not drop my Throwback Thursday. I am sorry. Give me a minute to kind of figure this out. I am a one woman band. But you guys will have your Throwback Thursday next week, and coincidentally, it is Oscar De La Hoya. So I feel funny dropping it any other day but Thursday, so y'all gonna have to wait. But we do got another next to Jab next week, another interview with another young boxer who we might be a little bit more familiar with. So see y'all then. Until next time, y'all know what to do, baby. Catch Mother on a panel. I am gone.